All right. I think everything... Oh, here we go. Turn that up. So I had to change up where I'm at. I'm actually in my bedroom today, which really kind of F's up my setup, but that's okay. We figured it out. We got there. So I don't have all my tools as usual, but we're still gonna try to talk to some people. How do you morally justify still using animals? I don't like that we have to have these stupid stickers. Can I move them? No, of course not. Anyway, later people will see the video. You won't see it. There's stickers literally right here that cover up my message, which is really annoying. And they don't tell you before you post how much room you have. You literally have just from here to like here to work with to put an image. It's pretty stupid. Yeah, so welcome in, welcome in. Thank you. Thank you, Jessica. It's good to see you in here. I know I see you frequently. I never say hello. It's good to see you. I have some resources. Ooh, actually, I just remembered I need to... Let's see, did that fix it? Can you read? Sentience. Yes, okay. So I am taking up guests, but you got to be over 18. I don't know if you can read that because, again, the stickers are kind of covering it. I've got resources, Watch Dominion 2018. It's 2 hours long, but well worth it. Just tells you what those labels mean. You know, if you're going to purchase these things, you better know what you're demanding because you're really doing the job for these companies when you paint these images of happy animals in your mind. Like you're doing the work for those companies. Dairy is Scary is also another great, these are both on YouTube, but it's another great video. It's only 5 minutes long. Just shows you what's inherent in dairy. Like you have to have these ingredients to make dairy. And then also if you're worried about nutrition, nutritionfacts.org, great resource. They have what's called the Vegan Daily Dozen. You can either go follow the Daily Dozen, it's just an easy checklist, or you can look at their videos that break down the science behind this diet, because this is a diet based off of science. I wouldn't even actually call it vegan. I would call it plant-based just because they're purely about the science and not about the ethics. So if you want to know if you can get all your nutrition right there, there's your resource. Oh, okay, Lee, but you got to be over 18, okay? And there might be a delay, so let's be patient with each other. Hey, Lee, are you over 18?
Yes, I am.
What year were you born?
2006.
Okay. You just sound very young. How do you morally justify still using animals?
I mean, it's just a part of life.
What is part of life?
Us consuming animals. We're animals.
Well, so is, you could say that it's just part of life to schmurder each other.
Yeah, but it's unnecessary.
You're right. It's unnecessary. So what is it that's necessary to use animals? Why do we have to use them?
Yeah, because they're good. They benefit us.
So you said we have to use animals because they're good?
Yeah, they benefit us, yeah.
Okay, so do you understand that animals feel pain?
Yeah, they do.
Okay, do you understand that they have emotions? They can feel fear. They can feel suffering.
Emotions
they can feel joy.
Emotions in a human
What I just described, Lee, I just described to you. They can have emotions of joy, suffering, pain, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. They literally have these.
Yeah,
do you
I
not
agree.
understand that? Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So do you think that it's immoral to cause these feeling, emotional beings unnecessary harm? Like if I wanted to kick a dog for fun, would that be immoral? Immoral? I am immoral.
Yeah, if you're okay, kicking a dog is different from eating an animal. We kill the animal to eat it. We don't kick a dog to eat it.
But we do agree that kicking a dog for fun is immoral.
Okay, yeah, for fun, sure, yeah.
Okay, so what if, I could go two different ways here. What if I was to eat the dog after I've been done kicking them for fun? Is it now moral?
To eat the dog after you killed it, yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Is the kicking moral?
Is it kicking to execute it or to prolong its suffering?
Just for fun.
Okay, yeah, just for fun. If it's for fun, it's
I
immoral.
don't care if they enjoy it or not. I just care about my benefits.
Yeah, if you're just kicking a dog for no reason, then yeah, it's
For
immoral.
fun. It's not for no reason.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
my benefit.
if you're just
It's my,
kicking it for fun, it's immoral. Yeah.
right. It's my benefit, right? That even though I'm getting a benefit from kicking this dog, I actually have a whole family. My whole family comes over. It's a big event, brings us closer together. Does that benefit outweigh the dog's suffering?
Huh?
I bring over my whole family. We're all going to kick this dog for fun. This event brings my family and I closer together. This is a cultural thing for us now.
I mean,
Is it moral in your eyes that we're kicking this dog?
no, it's not morally right. No.
Even though it's my culture and I've been doing it for a long time?
Yeah, it's morally wrong.
Right. Because that dog is suffering, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we do agree. We agree that causing animals unnecessary harm is immoral. And if I can go kick something else, if my family and I can find something else to kick, why are we subjecting someone to such horrific treatment, right?
Because, right.
Yeah, we can kick something else. So I'm telling you, you can eat something else. There's nothing in animal products that you need.
Wait, so are hyenas immoral for making other animals suffer because they don't
Well,
feel
I'll
them?
start with this. Are you a hyena?
No, I'm not a hyena.
Right.
I'm a
Because
human.
you are what we call a moral agent. It's nothing to do with your DNA, has nothing to do with even being human. You have an ability that you can weigh out what's right and wrong. Not all humans can do this. We have lots of humans that are actually what we call moral patients.
The Bible
They're just
says it's
sentient
okay.
beings. Lee, can you listen?
Yeah.
You just have to pop in with another excuse. You can't
No,
listen to the
I'm
explanation of the first one.
I'm saying the Bible just says it's okay.
Yeah, but you just like blah, 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 Bible. Like, if you really are religious, why wasn't that your first reason?
I have a couple reasons.
Yeah, you're being disingenuous. That's
I'm
what
not
it
being
is.
disingenuous. I just have a
You
couple
are.
reasons.
Yeah, you are. You know why? Because your religion doesn't require that you use animals, and you're trying to dodge from the point that I'm making, that animals suffer and feel pain, that if kicking a dog is immoral, even though it brings me great benefit, then you escalating the violence to take someone's head off is more immoral. More immoral. You're escalating the violence for your tongue entertainment. So if it's wrong for me to kick a dog for entertainment, it's certainly wrong for you to take someone's life for entertainment. Do you understand? Or are you just tuning out now? I can just move on if you don't want to talk.
I'm here.
Okay, so what morally justifies you continuing to use animals? What's stopping you from leaving here vegan?
Yeah, so wait, can you repeat your last point real quick?
That animals feel pain and just like you, and deserve mercy just like you.
So you're saying because animals feel pain, then it's morally wrong to eat an animal.
I'm saying that animals are sentient just like you.
They're not sentient.
What do you care about humans? I assume you believe in human rights, right?
Yeah, humans have agency.
What do you think we should? Not all humans have agency, so you
Yes,
aren't
they do.
listening. You're only half listening is what I'm hearing. Because I said that it's not a human thing. I said you and I are moral agents. We have the ability to weigh out what's right and wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Not all humans are moral agents. Not all humans can weigh out what's right and wrong. We still respect those humans, even though they will never be able to support or provide for the society. They'll never be able to reflect morality, right? We still will not exploit them, right? Or we find it immoral to exploit them just because they're vulnerable. So that person that I just described to you, what's the difference between them and an animal that justifies the difference in treatment?
Yeah, so you're just up on moral agency. I'm saying humans have all forms of agency, not just moral forms of
So Lee, you're literally not listening. I just
know.
described to you that there are humans. What did I say then?
You said that there's humans that can't figure out what's right or wrong, but we still respect them.
So why would you come back with humans have moral agency when
I said
just
humans
broke it
have.
down?
Just because they don't have moral agency doesn't mean they don't have a form of agency. Do you know what an agency is?
Describe to me what you're talking about.
Yeah, agency is just the ability to act in accordance with yourself.
So sentience.
Sure.
Animals are sentiently.
Animals can't act in accordance to themselves.
Yes, they can. They're sentient. They make. Do you know what sentience means? It means they're able to have emotions. That means that they're taking a situation and weighing it out for a preference. They usually prefer to be comfortable.
Yeah,
animals. They prefer to avoid harm.
Yeah,
just like you, Lee. Lee, really? You're going to go to intelligence? Animals are dumb, therefore it's okay for me to use their body for my pleasure? Exactly, Lee. You're making a pointless argument right now. I just want to be clear. I just broke it down to you. It doesn't matter how intelligent someone is. It's about the capacity to suffer, the capacity to have your own subjective experience. That's all that matters. All that matters.
Okay, miss, do you know how the mind of an animal works? They take in information.
Wait, you don't know, Lee. You don't even know.
I study animals.
How smart are pigs? How smart are pigs? Where are they on the number of, like, when we go from the most intelligent to the least, where do pigs fit? You know so much about animals.
Yeah, pigs are actually, they have a decent amount of intelligence, right? They take their ability to take in
would that be agency, Lee? Would that be agency? Oh, they're not the fifth smartest animal? Lee, you're such a liar. Get out of here. Get out of here. La 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 liar. Liar.
He doesn't even know the real definition of moral agency.
He doesn't even know what he's saying. He's literally just saying words. He's saying animals don't have agency.
Right.
I pointed out to him that we have moral agency and animals are what we call moral patients. Humans have agency. What? Not all humans are moral agents. All humans have some form of agency. What are you saying, dude? Something about themselves? What? Right. Animals are self-aware. You know, most of them are very self-aware, but sentience is just, they're making preferences. They don't want to feel harm. They don't want to be used. It's that simple.
Right.
Why does it matter how intelligent it is or if someone can even vocalize that they don't want to be used? Why do you have to have that? It should be lack of consent equals no consent.
Right.
Sorry, Lori.
Exactly. No, exactly. I was listening to a little bit of what he was saying, and it was kind of right, crazy.
He just wasn't taking it seriously, and I feel like he was like not really listening. He was just looking on Google for the next response, and he even like cut me off when I was talking about the feeling of animals. When the Bible.
Yeah, let's not bring the Bible into this, people and that are waiting to come up.
Yeah. If you want, Lori, you're welcome to.
Waiting to come up.
I was gonna say, I'll throw someone at me, but are you okay? You sound like you might be a little hoarse.
It's just my throat. Yeah, my throat. For some reason, I woke up a little hoarse today.
Oh. Well, I hope you feel better.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
It'll probably.
Burabor. I can't see your whole name. Buricus. Burry. Sorry, Burry. Welcome up. Are you over 18?
Yes.
Okay, how do you morally justify... Oh, are you driving?
Correct.
Oh, I'm sorry, Burry. If you want, you can call back when you're not driving. TikTok will take down my live. All right. Chanch? Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you morally justify still using animals?
Because I view a qualitative difference between man as part of the animal kingdom and what we would colloquially understand as animals. So I don't view it as unethical to consume animals.
All right. Do you understand that animals are sentient?
Explain sentience.
The ability to experience subjective feelings like pain, suffering, or joy.
I don't know that the joy and pain that animals feel could ever be understood by a man.
If I could give you evidence, would that change your mind?
Uh, Potentially, but before
Okay,
you
so
say
there's
that,
two
well, hold on.
declarations of
Can you
consciousness.
qualify
No,
this though?
nope. There's two declarations of consciousness. There's the New York Declaration of Consciousness and the Cambridge Declaration of Consciousness. Goes over thousands of studies, both behavioral and where they look under the microscope at their anatomy. They actually also have what are called nociceptors, the nerves in your skin that tell you when you're experiencing excruciating pain. All animals, including fish, have this. That's a sign that they actually experience suffering. But they go into behavioral studies too. So we understand that animals do experience their own subjective emotions. They want to be comfortable. They want to avoid harm. They have a personal interest in continuing to live, just like you.
I just consider that a qualitative difference between man and animal in terms of the words that we're
Qualitative
using.
difference. What does that mean? Break that down for me.
Basically, it means
Qualitative
that
difference.
basically it means that when you describe pain as relating to an
Subjective.
animal,
Pain is
subjective.
subjective.
First of all, yeah, yeah, okay. Can I? I'm trying to be polite. I just want to like get through this point, and then I'll let you
Well, I
respond.
want to be clear
Okay.
that you're up here to defend animal abuse, so I don't have to really respect you.
Well, okay. We can get into that later, but first, when you say something like pain, I think you are taking an anthrocentric.
Can I
Uh,
kick dogs for fun?
no, but that's
Why?
a separate thing
Why?
because
Why? Why?
normal human society would
Why
consider that
can't I kick
barbaric.
dogs for fun?
Normal humans society would consider that barbaric
Why?
because it exists outside the norm of social behavior in a
You're being really
sadistic way.
dishonest. It's really
Why is that
cowardly. You can't
dishonest?
be,
Why
it's
is that dishonest?
cowardly,
Okay,
because
explain how it's not.
you're totally ignoring the victim because you know that you're wrong. And if you admit that a dog can actually feel pain, that you are actually escalating the violence for other animals by removing their head for your tongue entertainment. So you can't even admit it because you're just so hell-bent on keeping your little tasties. You can't even imagine that animals suffer because that would make you a terrible person. And you can't live
I
with that. So you have to make excuses. You have to literally demean the experiences of your victims to cope with the evil choices that you're making.
Well, do you consider it immoral when a lion feeds on a
You're not a
gazelle?
lion. You're not a lion.
Right, so there's a qualitative
So if
difference
we can
between
use
man and
lion
animal.
logic, if we're going to use lion logic, I'm going to eat my children because they're too small. Do you think the judge would accept that?
No, because there's a
Oh,
qualitative difference
so then
between man and animal.
why are you using lions as your excuse to abuse cows, pigs, and chickens?
Can I answer that question directly?
I don't know, can you?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay. So you've just admitted that there is a qualitative difference between man and animal.
Again, with your cowardly talk. Animals don't feel pain. Dude, you are ridiculous. That's disgusting. Animals feel pain.
Not in the
If I kick a dog in the privacy of my house, no one else knows. Is it
but
more immoral now?
I'm appealing to kind of a common
Is it
sense.
immoral? I'm going to kick you because you're clearly a dishonest
Yes, that
actor.
would be
It's
immoral. I would
immoral.
consider that
Why?
immoral.
Why is it immoral if I do it in the
Because
privacy of my home?
it's unnecessarily cruel and barbaric.
Who is it cruel to?
The dog.
Oh, so the dog can understand suffering.
It's
Yeah,
complicated,
they
right?
can't.
We,
Church, you have a good day. You're really disingenuous.
all right, dude.
It's complicated. Dogs don't really feel pain. Idiot. I will keep interrupting him. He's trying to say that dogs don't feel pain. He's trying to say pigs don't feel pain, cows don't feel pain, chickens don't feel pain.
I
Just
know.
because, again, he's a coward. Coward.
Yeah.
Pathetic coward.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Summer is out, and I didn't realize that parents would also be going insane, and that's why they're up here. Like, you guys sound like children. These excuses you're making, pathetic. You're literally saying animals don't feel pain to make yourself feel better. How do you not hear this?
Exactly. I don't know I mean, have they ever hit their dog before and it well?
He understands. Because I told him, what if I'm in the privacy of my home? And he said it's still immoral because it's cruel. So he's recognizing that the dog will suffer. And when I pointed it out, oh, it's complicated. Okay, so what if I'm abusing a child? Is it complicated there?
No.
Idiot. He's just human supremacist, and he's really focused on keeping his num-nums.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to consider his victim, which again, like I said, that's a cowardly move. It's pathetic.
Right. No, most people don't want to consider their victim. And they're all
They do
cowards.
not. Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Hey, AJ, are you over 18?
Yes, I'm 21.
Okay, how do you morally justify using animals?
As food, product.
Yeah, but I want you to morally justify it, not what you use.
Okay, morally justify it.
Yeah, what gives you the right to demand someone else's oppression for your
Free will.
convenience? Okay, so I have free will, and I got this here hand, and I feel like slapping a couple of innocent people because it gets me joy.
Okay, then do that.
Is it moral?
It doesn't matter. You have free will, regardless of your morality. You can do what you want.
Oh, we have another coward up here.
Another coward.
Morality
I'm answering
is
your questions.
subjective. I can't take responsibility for my choices.
I didn't say don't take responsibility. I just said do
Oh,
what
okay,
you want,
good.
'cause
Let's
you
get
have
back
free
to the
will.
topic then instead of talking about morality
let's do
being
that.
subjective, because that's just silly. We all know that. It doesn't matter. The point is we agree on certain things. And when you bring up morality is subjective, it's literally you just being like, you can't call me naughty. You don't know me. Like, it's really pathetic. Like, let's have a true conversation, right? All right. So if you understand, do you understand that animals are sentient?
Yes.
Okay. So you understand that they're having subjective experiences. They can experience emotions.
Okay, yes.
Good. Okay. So do you think it's immoral to cause a feeling, emotional being unnecessary harm?
I don't think it's immoral, no. I mean, people murder every day. Other people have feelings, don't they?
So you don't even believe in human rights?
No, I believe in human rights. I just believe that everyone's
What
subjective.
is a human right then? What's a human right? What's a human right? What's a human right? Well, if you don't want to be up here,
You're just going to keep cutting me off. You can go ahead and kick me.
okay, I will.
Yeah,
Bye. It's so cowardly that you guys cannot have a conversation. Dogs feel pain. Let's go from there. Let's talk to somebody that actually agrees dogs feel pain.
Exactly.
Oh, jargon. Are you over 18? Oh, it's a kid?
I hope it's not a kid.
Jargon, are you over 18? You have to come on mute. We can't hear you if you're outside the app.
Everyday behaviors. They could also be sharing bacteria.
Okay. You have a good day. Brutax. Hey, are you over 18?
Yeah.
All right. What year were you born?
1989.
Okay. How do you morally justify still using animals?
Well, I was a vegan up until about 3 weeks ago, to be honest.
Why?
So, I ate your mum's pussy.
Yeah? Was it good?
What a dick.
Yeah.
What a dick.
He doesn't even know who my mother is. That's the funnier part. Like, dude, you don't even know what you just walked into. All right, Nick, are you over 18?
I'm 37.
Okay. How do you morally justify still using animals?
Well, I think it's a product of that's how we evolved. I don't actually shop at stores, so I'll be honest, I live on a small homestead. I either hunt or grow all my own food or gather
Yeah.
it because you don't hunt plants. Um,
You can hunt
but I
plants.
also read.
You
Well,
hunt,
I
hunt
guess
for
technically,
mushrooms.
sure. I guess technically you call it that. I call it gathering them. But sure,
It's fine.
we go with the same thing. But I also read a lot. I don't have a whole lot to do, so I'm either on TikTok scrolling, or I'm reading, or I'm working. One of the things I've read is in 2001, I believe it was UCLA did a study on plant consciousness and found that plants do feel pain. They actually
No.
they do see
No.
color. Yes, that's
Okay,
scientific.
let's move on. Let's move on.
wanna
Let's move
argue,
on.
but
Right
you don't.
there, Nick.
Okay,
We're gonna
look,
stop you right there, Nick.
I'm gonna stop
Okay?
it. Yeah, I'm gonna steel man you. You don't need to read your evidence to me anymore. It's not true. Plants don't have a brain or central nervous system, but let's pretend
Plants see
that
colors,
plants.
plants
Hold,
communicate with each other.
Nick, hush your fucking hole, dude. You want to actually have a conversation? Or you just up here
Hush
to
your fucking
blast
hole.
pseudo. All right, you can go suck yourself off somewhere else. All right, so the thing is, plants don't have a brain or central nervous system. But I was going to steel man you, but you wouldn't let me talk. That is, that let's say plants are sentient, you're friends, you talk with them, you hang out, you care about their preferences, right? You think we should consider plants morally. Well, we feed most of these sentient plants to the animals that you use. We use 83% of our current agricultural land to raise animals for their space and for their food. If we stopped animal agriculture, we could reduce our agricultural land use by 75%. We could rewild land. We could let the wild animals live there. We don't have to hunt them anymore. We can, if anything, if we did need to focus on population control, which I don't think we would with all that extra land to give to them, there are other options. Birth control, maintaining their habitats. But you like to pew pew because it benefits you, and you like cosplaying in the forest as if you were in survival mode. But really, you're just dressing up like all the other people that go to Comic-Con. You're just dressing up in camo and deer pee. Like, you're no different. You're just playing pretend, and it makes you feel like a child going out there, you know? You're taking someone's life purely for your entertainment. You don't care about anything else. That's why you're homesteading. You like to play pretend that you're living off the land when really you're living off the backs of sentient beings when you don't need to. It's that simple. Hey, Kelly, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing okay.
Yeah. I'm on fire today. I watched the
No, I love
documentaries.
it. I love singing like that.
Are
It's
you?
so good.
Oh, that's why, because you're drinking a. Oh.
It's liquid death. It's water.
Oh, liquid
It's not-
death doesn't have anything in it.
No,
Oh, cool.
it's just water.
I've never tried one of those, but are they good? Not to
Oh, yeah.
change.
I love them. Oh, I keep hitting my microphone. Yeah, I love
Okay, I'll
them.
have to try one.
They're like fewer calories. They don't use sugar. They use agave nectar. And I really like that they're against plastic. It says death to plastic on here. I don't know if you guys
Oh,
can.
cool. Okay, cool. I'll have
Yeah.
to try one.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They just came out with a new flavor called cereal milk, and it's vegan. There's no milk in it, and it actually tastes like cereal milk. Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, I like them. They're good. Their advertisements are kind of funny too sometimes.
Yeah.
They grind humans up. Just reminds me of vegan art. Yeah.
A vegan company. Cool.
No, they're not vegan, unfortunately. I mean, the product is vegan. Everything about them is accidentally vegan, but they're not vegan. They've had some commercials where a fan used cow flesh as a can cozy, and then recently they had a collab with someone who, yeah. I mean, they should have made it look like human flesh. That's their whole thing, is to use humans for like they unalive a human and then they poke holes in them and they put a hose in them and use them like a sprinkler.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's the humor they have. So I was kind of, yeah.
Are they commercials on TV?
Oh, I actually don't watch TV, so I don't know if they're on there, but they're on the internet. So.
Oh, okay, the internet. Okay, got it.
Yeah. But definitely check them out. They're still pretty good company because, like I said, they're trying to shut down or end plastic use in water. So.
Oh, okay, got it.
Aluminum you can recycle infinity, whereas plastic it's only like 2 or 3 times, and even then you still can't use it for like food things. It has to be playgrounds and
Well, I'm always worried about microplastics too.
Yeah, that too. Exactly.
That's kind of gross.
Yeah. All right, let's bring up Crow Siege.
Oh.
Hey, Crossy.
I think you
Are you over
accidentally because Kelly's also in here. I'm not trying to interrupt somebody else's time.
Oh, no, Kelly is a vegan.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. It's all good. Right on.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm not trying to be mean with this,
like this. I don't want you to think I'm being mean by saying this, but you said the other thing tasted like cereal milk.
Hmm.
Does that mean you had milk in the past?
Oh yeah, I've not always been vegan.
Okay, so you can call me out for being dumb on this if I'm wrong, but isn't that also like me going from vegan to eating meat and then going back to vegan because I think it's wrong? Doesn't
So
that,
I was
oh,
never vegan. I was raised just like everyone else, like my culture steeped heavily in using animals. And it wasn't until I was like in my early 20s, I came across a book called Skinny Bitch. And I was interested in getting skinny. So I read the book and it did talk a little bit about the what the animals go through, but it was mostly about health. So that started my journey into looking into this. And I didn't really understand dairy and eggs, like what went into those. So I was still consuming those for quite a while. And then I saw a documentary that showed what the dairy cows go through because I didn't really fully understand that they had to be pregnant and have a baby in order to produce milk. And I also didn't understand that chickens used to only lay 13 eggs a year, and now they lay 200 to 300 a year. So I didn't know that at the time. And then when I did realize it, I stopped because I couldn't, there's just no way that I could continue doing that. So I'm not here to hold people's past against them. I'm talking about, from here forward, what are your actions going to be supporting?
so I wanted to talk about this in another one, and I can't read her name. It's Lori. Lori was in the live too. It was I think they were British or English or something. And he invited a bunch of people in, kicked everybody after I said my
Oh,
age.
I heard about this actually, Universe.
That wasn't very nice. Like, hey, you're
Well,
open. Thanks for not letting me speak. But okay. But
yeah. Well, if you think of it this way, we as animal rights activists talk to a lot of people, and many of them are experiencing cognitive dissonance, some more than others. And they'll just say really hurtful, mean things. Eventually, we get used to it, but we get annoyed by it, right? So we might get to a point where we're like, all right, we're just going to tick out all the dishonest actors because I want to talk to a genuine person that's interested in what the topic is, will answer honestly, like, yes, animals feel pain. Yes, it's immoral to cause them unnecessary harm. So I get why Universe did that. I personally don't do it because I want to go through each person one at a time, but I totally understand where Universe was coming from. Go ahead, Laura, you were there.
And
I didn't even
to
say
Universe's defense, he was getting kid after kid after kid after kid after kid for 2 nights. He was getting a bunch of kids and getting tiring. It was getting tiring on all of us. So, we can't have kids up here on an 18 plus panel.
Yeah.
I'm
All right.
sorry that happened to you. Always come back to his lives. He's really cool. He's a good guy.
I got way off topic. Hold on. Let me remember what I was going to say. Okay. Sorry. So I think you guys have heard something about this. I don't know. I've only been in here for about like 10, 15 minutes. Where do you guys think humans are on the food chain?
So it's not about a food chain. Food chain just measures the transfer of energy in an ecosystem. It's not like a hard, fast rule of this animal is on top. It's just that ecosystem. So we're not actually a part of any ecosystem right now. We're currently destroying all ecosystems for our animal ag situation. But if you want to talk about that energy use, I would point out that animals take a lot more energy. That trophic pyramid that you're talking about, it's saying the sun hits the plants and the animal eats the plants, right? And then you eat the animal. You only get a tiny fraction of the energy that went into the animal in the first place. That's what that pyramid is teaching you. So when we are raising animals, we're wasting 90% of the resources that we put into them. It gets burned off as energy because they're alive. They move around, they're thinking, pooping, burping, whatever, that requires energy to move and live. So we only get 10% of that.
Okay.
That's what that is.
I didn't know that. That's new to me. What about what was it? Sorry. Brain fart.
If you wanted me to talk about dominance, because you're saying that humans are like dominant, right? We're like the strongest or something. I would.
We're at the top of the food chain. That's just.
We're not at the top of any food chain. We've actually removed ourselves from the food chain. We've made an artificial system that's not any. I mean, it is. If you look at it, yes, we're feeding an animal plants that we could eat, and then we're eating that animal. While our planet, by the way, is burning and children are starving, if we eliminated animal agriculture, we could actually reduce our agricultural land by 75%, feed 10 billion people, and have all this room to like rewild or do whatever we want with it, which is the equivalent of North America and I think Brazil combined. That's how much land we wouldn't need to use.
And this might be off topic. Like, you can interrupt me if I'm wrong, but what about tribes like Native American, not Native Americans, African tribes?
So the issue with talking about that topic is that those people are not here to defend whatever it is that they're doing, right? I have to go off a theoretical generalization of these people, and that's not fair to them. So the only way I can honestly respond is that I recognize people are in fringe cases where they don't have access to maybe all nutritious food, or maybe they don't have every option available to them. That's my point is, for you, people that do have access, you now have a moral responsibility to make things more available, because that's the system we have, is capitalism. When you participate in supporting plant-based products, you're helping bring down the cost, and you're helping spread its availability to people that it wouldn't normally be available to. So that's one part. And second of all, if someone was in those communities that just doesn't have access to everything, they can still be vegan. The point is that they recognize that animals are sentient and don't deserve to be systematically ripped from their lives and their bodies. You know, you would still look in every aspect of your life that you have some way to change, either go without or you can choose the alternative. And that's veganism. You know, I don't want to be a part of this. It doesn't matter what other vegans say or do. It's about what you want to support.
Like I said, I don't have a problem with vegans. I don't have a problem with pretty much anybody. I'm just like giving my point of view on this. So you're, what is an alternative then? Like, I know
to live
meat
vegan.
has a lot of protein in it, but what about what plant has a whole lot of protein?
Beans, nuts. Honestly, all plants have protein. As long as you get your daily calorie amount, you'll get all the protein you need. But if you're worried, I do have these resources. Nutritionfacts.org has a checklist. It's free, super easy. It just says the whole food, plant-based foods that you would eat to get everything you need in a day.
Yeah.
And you can just Google vegan Dailey Dozen too. You don't have to go to their website. Yeah.
Yeah, I know most of this is off topic. I'm not trying to get yelled at like the guy before. That was scary.
I'll answer questions as long as they're from an honest perspective, or, you know, from someone being honest. People that come up here that are just goalpost shifting, they're not listening to the responses. And that's what frustrates me. I'm like, okay, so you're already moving on before I finished answering. You don't care about the answer. You just care about, you know, shotgunning your questions. And yeah. It's just dishonest. You know, it's not actually trying to learn. It's just trying to beat me or something.
I don't know. Like I said, I ain't got a problem with nobody. I'm just curious on like the whole vegan thing, when, as far as I know with human history...
Like why we're here?
Not that, but as far as I know with human history, like, we can go back to the Pilgrims. I'm not like saying, this isn't an argument, this is just me stating something, by the way. Just saying. Like with the Pilgrims, they would use salt and preserve meat for the winter. And then I know Native Americans, they would eat plants, right? But they would also eat meat.
It doesn't really matter what we did in the past, though. What we're talking about is right now, we have evidence that today we can thrive using just plants. We know how to use plants now. Back then, they may not have known, some cultures may not have known how to use plants efficiently. Many poorer nations actually are based around plant-based nutrition, though, because animals are expensive. They take a lot of resources, like I said. The countries that are poor that purely rely on animals, it's usually because their country has prioritized growing the grains for animals instead of human plants or human food plants. Mm-hmm. So it's cheaper then for them to buy grains and fatten up an animal than it is to grow plants. But for the most part, like if animal ag wasn't subsidized by tax dollars from all these countries, meat would be way more expensive because we have to grow like an extra third to a half of our crops just to feed the animals. And they only give us 18% of our total global calories. So it's just, we know we can thrive off plants. It's completely just wasting our resources. We have starving children because of this system. And the worst part is that we're enslaving someone. We're demanding someone be born into existence with their own purpose. But we take that from them and put our own purpose on them. We choose when they get to be unalived. We choose who gets to touch their private parts. We choose how many babies they have and if they get to keep them or not. Does any of this sound fair to them?
Not really.
Yeah, it's not. And if we don't need to do it, like, why are we doing this?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I've grown up. Everybody I'm around, they're like, I eat meat personally. I love cows. Like, I'll pet a cow. Little baby cows are adorable. Same with most animals. I'm not the one that's going to be skinning them and all that. I mean, fishing, yeah, I'll fish, but usually the fish is gone before I tear its skin off. That's brutal, but that's what you have to do.
Yeah, but you don't need to do this to animals. You have options. That's the point. Like for fishing, for example, I understand from your perspective, it's this long period of time of peace, right? You're just sitting there quietly enjoying nature. And maybe, there's this little time of you having this back and forth and it's exciting. And then you pull them out of the water and you put them in your bucket, right?
Yeah.
So what if I was to go to a lake and just casually, every time I see a squirrel or maybe a random dog, and I just shove them under the water until they die. And then I take them home and I'm going to skin them and I'm going to eat them.
That's brutal. I didn't think about it that way.
Fish feel pain. They actually have what are called nociceptors, that same nerve ending that we have that tells us that we're experiencing excruciating pain. And fish, like especially when they're pulled out of the water to just suffocate, they can live for like minutes doing that, and that's torture.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they have a lot of nerve endings in their mouth specifically. So when we hook them, that's painful for them. And then just imagine then it's a painful hook and they're fighting for their life to get away from you, so they're pushing through that pain to get away from you. They're that terrified and want to live that badly.
So, I think I'm losing my train of thought.
It's okay. We're talking about deep stuff here, so it might get a little distracting.
Yeah, sorry. I have ADHD, and there's a lot around me.
Same.
You're in good company. I was going to say, you're in good company.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm not getting yelled at for a simple conversation right now. There's been a lot of other people on here who just yell at you, even when you're not making a point.
Yeah, I do yell back at people, but like I said, if I have people asking honest questions, I'm okay with that. But now that we've answered all these questions, like what is it that's stopping you from leaving here being vegan?
This might sound selfish, but I personally really do like the taste of it. I know they have to
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I don't know if
something happened. The window. I know they have to
I can't hear you. I'm sorry. I don't know if something happened.
The window. I personally would not choose to be vegan. I don't have a problem with them. Like, you want to live.
Okay, I'll put it this way. It's not I don't care if you respect me. That I am not the point. The point is the animals. So the question shouldn't be, are you making me feel good? It should be, if you were in their situation, right? If you were the fish, if you were, I don't know what other animals you use, a chicken, a pig, a cow, and the knife is coming for you, or the hook, or whatever is coming for you to take your life, would you prefer that your oppressor stop, knowing that they don't need to use you, or would you prefer that they continue to use you even though they know they don't have to?
I guess I am selfish. Yeah.
But what would you prefer as the oppressed?
I'd prefer them not to, murder me. I would prefer.
Right. Yeah, you would prefer to be left alone. You would prefer mercy. You would prefer to be, at minimum, respected that you're a sentient being and don't want to experience suffering, right?
Yes.
So you right now are the oppressor. You can provide that same mercy that you're demanding. That's the whole point. And if it's about finding that nutrition, like I said, the Vegan Daily Dozen is a great, easy resource. And this is actually a very cheap diet. It's one of the cheapest diets, the healthiest and the cheapest. Oh, we can't hear you, Crow, if you leave the app.
Sorry, it said my phone was at 20%.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll let you go. I just want you to remember,
One more thing.
you know, before you finish, I just want to say before your phone dies, if any time in the future you pick up an animal product or you take down an animal, you know, you're putting in a demand. You're saying, I want more of this, right? You're telling people that are growing these animals, I like the way you made it. I like this price, make more, right? Same thing for hunting. Hunting isn't actually even a solution for population control. It's just revenue for the park systems because they're underfunded. So they take all the money they can. So it's not about the animals, which is what we should be focusing on. You should think about that every time. If I were this animal, what would I want?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and say your last thing.
How do you feel about like the I don't know if it's called makeshift meat. I don't know what it's called. Like,
are you talking about lab grown?
Yeah, stuff like that. Like how they're trying to 3D print and stuff like that. What's your opinion?
I'll answer this last one, but I really want you to leave with that thought in your mind that how many more animals do you want exploited in your name for your dollar, right? How many more animals do you want abused for you? So your question, wait, say it again one more time.
So it's like kind of a two-part thing, but how do you feel about like meat that's apparently made from plants and 3D printed?
I'm fine with them. Lab grown meat I don't really fully like yet because they still use an animal they still have to have someone being subjected to exploitation and slavery, so I'm not okay with that. But if they can separate it from the animal, I don't care. I'm totally for. I don't care what people eat. I don't care what you do. You know, you do you as long as you're not using someone without their consent. That's the point. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you eat. I'd prefer that you take care of yourself because someone who is, you know, vegan is going to have a lot of people ask them about their health, and it's good to be healthy because then you can say, I'm healthy, I'm fine. But, you know, you do you. Like I said, just stop using sentient beings.
Yeah. All right. I will leave it so you don't have to kick me. Bye-bye.
All right, Crow. I hope he was being honest. Part of me feels like he was just asking questions to take up my time, but I hope you're an honest actor. Please check out my resources. Watch Dominion. It is 2 hours, but you need to know what those labels mean, you know? Dairy Scary's even shorter. It's only 5 minutes, and it shows you what's inherent in dairy.
Can you make me or give me
oh yeah, I forgot to do that the other day.
To like mod the chat and stuff like that? Just because, like, if people continue spamming, I'm just gonna remove them.
Yeah, it's fine if they're spamming, or if they say like racist things, that you can also kick them. Hold on, I can't find there it is.
Robo, you can come up and request and explain your own point. I don't need to do anything for you.
Okay. You should have your powers. Lori, do you have your powers?
Yeah, I sure
okay,
do.
Good. Okay, good. All right.
I muted one guy because he just kept saying the same thing over and over and over again. And
thank you.
Disgusting.
Thank you. And even if they're spamming something that's not so bad, spamming doesn't help the algorithm. So
right.
Yeah.
Let's tap the screen, everybody. Let's tap the screen.
Please. Let's get some more people in here, huh? Get some thinkers. Oh, go. Is it Kolb?
It is. How you doing?
Good. Are you over 18?
I am.
Right on. How do you morally justify using animals?
So that's a good question. I've listened to you a couple of times, and I've always been interested in the way you approach this question. I would say that to answer the question directly, it's just because I haven't been convinced not to at this point, right?
Okay.
So I feel like I was born and raised with this as a default position, and nothing has yet changed my position on that. Um,
Okay.
but I'm definitely like not closed to the idea of being wrong about that. There's something I've heard you specifically say a bunch of times. I'm like a philosophy guy. I want to kind of get down to like the nut of it, you know? And there's something I've heard you talk about a bunch, which is like moral agency, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so you seem to, when you talk about this stuff, draw a distinction between humans as moral agents and animals as moral subjects. That's I've heard you use those terms. Can
So
you
I
correct
do
me if I'm wrong
say,
there?
yeah, I do say that animals are moral patients. Not
Patience,
all
that's what you say, right?
yeah, not all humans are moral agents though.
Can you break that down for me?
Yeah, so some humans have mental capacities that are not the average. We have
Sure.
like older people that are going through dementia and possibly losing cognition. We have children, right? Children that won't even make it to adulthood. We have people with, like different mental capacities, or they've been bumped on the head, or they're in a
Hmm.
coma, or and even though they don't have intelligence or the ability to reciprocate morality or even understand morality, that doesn't mean that we have the right to take advantage of them. And animals, it's the moral patience, it's not that they don't understand morality, it's just that it doesn't matter what they understand about morality. Moral patients are typically vulnerable to moral agents, and moral agents have a responsibility to act on what they think is right and wrong because we have that capacity to weigh it out. So
Hmm.
if we think something is wrong, we shouldn't do that. I know we're
And
not perfect, but
so in your perspective, where does that like what's a layer below that, right? Like what's the thing that gives an entity moral agency? Like what makes someone a moral agent?
someone who can think rationally and logically.
Okay. And just to sort of like, I know this is like annoyingly pedantic and small, but like, like, what is morality to you?
The ability to weigh out what's right and wrong
But I
for
mean, like,
yourself.
and what makes things right and wrong, I guess is what I'm asking.
Oh, my personal preference is that I am a sentient being, right? I don't
Hmm.
actually know if anybody else is having a subjective experience, but I can assume that other humans are at least, right? I can see a human and can just assume that they want to be left alone. I don't need to have a deep philosophical conversation with them, right? I can just assume that as a sentient being, I don't like feeling harm. They probably don't like feeling harm, right?
Sure.
So when I see an animal, wait, was your question about where my reality comes from me? That's what it was. I kind of got distracted. I was thinking about sentience. So yeah, my morality comes from me. What do I not want done to me? And
Hmm.
I reflect that same respect out to other beings with a similar capacity to have a subjective experience.
Hmm. Gotcha. Okay. I just wanted to clarify that. I'm like broadly working through kind of like my base ethics right now, and like
Okay.
as I'm like trying to figure out like what like sort of what my broader ethical system is, like I know that
Well, so what
this
is it then? What is it then, since you're a Phil bro? What is it
yes.
then that justifies that difference in treatment between maybe a mentally handicapped person, right, that can't reciprocate morality, but maybe has the intelligence of, let's say, like a 3 or 4 year old, because
Sure.
that's how cows and pigs are compared to.
Uh-huh.
What is it about that individual that we're respecting still?
That's a good question. I mean, my guess is probably that because we humans were sort of evolved to
I don't know if it has anything to do with evolution because there are definitely histories where babies that didn't fit some criteria were just tossed away. So it's
sure,
not
yeah.
about
It's less
preservation of our
common, right?
species, right? I think what it is that we see ourselves, most of us, we see ourselves in that individual, and we know that if we were them, we would want respect, right?
Yeah, I think that that's like uh, that's a layer on top of probably a more base instinct. But yeah, sure.
I agree. I don't think that it's like, I don't know, there are animals that are also very protective of their own, of course. But my
Hmm.
point is, though, it's just that I think that we see ourselves, we understand now that someone who is different is still sentient. They're still
Sure.
having their own experience. They care what happens to them. That's the biggest thing, right? They care what happens to them, just like if we were them, we would care what happens to us.
Hmm.
So if we can recognize that in our most vulnerable people that can't communicate but clearly are sentient, like why can't we recognize that in someone who's just a different shape? You know, animals just have a different priority. There's nothing that really morally separates them that justifies what we do to them.
Sure.
They're just vulnerable.
Yeah. Uh, I think that all is logically consistent, right? Like I think like uh inside the moral system, it all fits, right? I'm just trying to figure out if
I
I'm
mean,
inside the moral system or not. You know?
gotcha. It is just a principled thing. It doesn't matter what other vegans do or say. Like, you don't even need to call yourself vegan. The point is, I don't want to support something that absolutely requires oppression. When you buy
Hmm.
an animal product, there's just no way around it. You have to oppress someone to get that product. Even if the animals are given just the most love every single day, there are people that are taking care of them, sing them lullabies, the ending is still immoral. Taking someone's life when they wanted
Hmm.
to live, even in the kindest way, right? Still immoral. I don't care what you want from me. I don't care how nice you are to me, how nice my life is taken from me. I want to live, right?
But
I would not tolerate any justification to violate my bodily autonomy. The animals are the same. So you just ask yourself, what would I want if I was the one being oppressed?
right. Yeah. And I guess, to sort of bring it back, like the hump I'm trying to get over now is like, do I do I or do I not? And I'm not like fully sold on either position yet, I think, but do I or do I not like think of uh like you use the phrase or the word someone a lot, right, when referring to
Uh-oh,
animals.
I lost you.
Can you
I
still hear me?
heard you use the phrase.
Oh, you use the
Uh-oh,
phrase
I see that
someone
you're
a lot.
talking. Am I muted?
That's a good question.
I can't hear you. I don't know what just happened.
Ooh, testing, testing, bing
Can you guys
bong.
hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I can hear you.
Oh no. What just
I
happened? I can't hear anybody.
oh no.
You can't
What just
hear us?
happened? This is still
Uh,
Yeah.
there.
maybe
Can you
your
not
headphones
hear us
died.
now?
I can't hear you guys like at all.
Oh no.
Shit.
What just happened?
Is it your
Wow. I
headset?
literally
Is
can't
it?
hear anything.
Hello, bing bong.
Switch audio card. I don't have a audio card. I have my microphone, but you guys can still hear me. I can't hear. It's my
We can
headphones.
hear you.
Oh, okay. I've got sound. Let's see.
Oh, you back?
Test,
Hello?
test.
That's
Hello.
me.
I do hear you guys. Hold on.
Yes.
I got you now. I don't know what just happened. My headphones just
Maybe
totally
it's
kicked
your
out.
wire. Maybe there's a wire that's getting loose on your headset or something. It could be starting to
I mean, it's
malfunction.
wireless. They're
Oh, it
wireless.
is? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Your
Anyway, I'm
headphones are
sorry.
wireless?
Yeah.
Because I
No
see a
wire.
wire coming. Is that then that's necklace on you? Oh,
Yeah. This
okay.
is
Got it.
necklace.
Got it. Oh, okay. Necklace. I was thinking that was a wire because I could only see the one side.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Nope.
Okay,
I
cool.
also do have my microphone wire, but you guys could still hear me. It was my headphones. That's okay. We got it now. Anyway, Colb, I'm
We
so
got it.
sorry.
No, you're
You were
good.
saying there was some shoot, I
Yeah.
lost my train of thought.
Here's I remember where we were. So basically you use the the word someone a lot when referring to animals, and I
Okay.
think that in a world where I kind of like me and the animals, and we're all kind of like involved in one big moral system, and we all sort of like uh, deserve the same moral consideration. And uh, in that world, like I agree with everything you say, and I'm trying to figure out whether I think that or not. Right?
Well, let's put it this way. In the time of human slavery, right?
Hmm.
It felt really hopeless that slavery was ever going to end. In
Sure.
fact, of the US population before the Civil War, only 3% of the population that wasn't enslaved wanted to free the slaves.
Hmm.
Very tiny percentage, right? So in that time, though, that 3% of people were abolitionists. They were pushing to not support slavery, right?
Yes.
So to them, they were in the same kind of situation where they're deciding what is moral and what's not moral, right?
Hmm.
Was it moral, though, to purposely go and purchase products that you knew were collected by slaves or, put together by slaves? Is that moral if
Uh,
you can avoid doing so?
yeah, I think if you have your eyes wide open and you're just making a choice one way or the other, I would say no.
Right, exactly. And that's the same thing here. It's just that, it's just about you moving your hand. And maybe you won't make this huge change as soon as you go vegan. But the thing is, over a year, someone transitioning can save 100 to 300 individuals. That's huge, right? We had people breaking into, where slaves were and saving them. That was huge to each one of those slaves. They each wanted to live. They all had their own purpose. The animals are the same way. Imagine 100 animals standing behind you, each one with their own subjective experience and wanting to live. And they're not going to be used because of you. That's a lot. That's
Hmm.
huge. I mean, imagine yourself. You are one person, one boring person, right? You're just
Deeply
you.
boring.
But you care what happens to you, right? Doesn't
Sure.
matter
Yeah.
if your unalivement would benefit someone else. You care what happens to you, and you should.
Huh?
Yeah. So the animals are the same. Just remember that they want to live, and you don't want to be the one that's demanding they be there. They're there because we demand they be there. Those companies won't breed more into existence if you stop supporting them. They'll actually decrease how many they breed into existence. And that's where you
Okay.
save people. Yeah. I do say someone, I know you got hung up on that. It's to me, a subject having a subjective experience is a someone.
Hmm.
An individual making preferences, that's a someone. So
Do you do you think that any animals have any moral responsibilities?
I think that some animals do have morals, but I can't enforce my morality on them because I can't even communicate with them, for one. And two, they're like these other nations, right? I don't know what their problems are or their struggles.
Hmm.
Only they really do. So I would
But
say that we need to focus on ourselves before we go encroaching on other nations and telling them what to do.
totally, totally. Do you think that humans have any like moral boundaries that they can hold that an animal could violate?
Like an animal violating a human. Yeah, I don't think that animals are moral when they do these actions. I just don't think they understand what's right or wrong all the time. They don't always have the capacity, or they don't have the luxury of practicing thinking about empathy. Right? They're just surviving every day.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. I'll be listening more in the future.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
I look
working through
forward to
some
talking
stuff.
to you.
All right, bye.
Right on. Message me if you have any questions.
Okay, bye.
All right. Bye. All right. I'm okay with answering honest questions. I really wish that would have gone somewhere, but hopefully we answered some good questions.
Get that, yeah.
All right. Let's see. It's funny. So I have to do this from my phone today. I don't know how long we've been up. Do you guys know? I can't. I don't have any
I
information
joined
on
at
that.
like 2:30, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I can't see it on here for some reason. That's silly. Anyway, let's bring up the next guest.
It's
All
almost
right.
10.
10. Oh, 10:10. I see it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have the clock. I guess I could just go off of that. Hey, Tess, are you over
Thank you.
18?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. Right on. Right
So
on.
far. So far.
So how do you morally justify still using animals?
Okay, so I want to go way, 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 way back. You had made a comment. You were, I guess, I had missed the person that was on, and you were on a bit of a rant, and you were talking about hunters, and they were like cosplay, dressing
Yeah.
up and camouflage and deer pee, and I wanted to clarify that you're missing a faction of people. There was a time in my life that if it hadn't been for the ability to hunt, I would not have been able to feed my family because
Yeah.
I had no
I can
money.
address this. I can address this.
It
So do
wasn't a
you
matter
think,
of grocery shopping and
right,
buying.
I understand.
Veganism wouldn't have even been a possibility unless we were eating grass.
What is
And I'm not trying
veganism?
to overtalk you, sorry.
What is veganism?
Veganism is not eating animal products.
It's close. That's what we do. But actually, veganism is a principled stance against the exploitation of animals. So we
Right.
try as far as possible and practicable, which means to the best of our ability in our lives, right?
Right.
So if I'm a vegan, and if I was in a situation where I had no other choice and I was going to either be really sick, not survive, or greatly lose quality of life, then I encourage people, yes, you do what you need to do to survive.
Right.
But that doesn't give you an excuse when you're in a place of abundance, right? When you have options, just because you survived at another time doesn't mean you have the right now to abuse someone or to use them without their consent. And I can show you this for an example. Okay, so
Well, I
let's say I'm
understand what
on.
you're saying.
Let me give you an example, though. Ooh, Kelly, I'm going to mute you just because it's kind of loud. So if I was stranded on a desert island, let's say, okay, and I had just with me a baby, human baby, all right, no solution in sight that I'm getting out of there, no other things to consume, right? I could justify unaliving this baby so that I could survive, right? It's not moral, but it's justified in survival, okay? If I come out of that situation after I've done such a horrible thing that I would have to live with, if I survived that, I don't now have the moral justification to continue eating human babies just because there was a time in my life where I had to.
Right.
Right?
And I understand what you're saying. I do.
Okay.
Now, and I get that, but I wanted to clarify the fact that all people that are out hunting aren't cosplaying, because I didn't want you to.
Of course. There are people in survival situations. I absolutely recognize that, and all vegans do. Most people I'm talking to, though, when they talk about hunting, they're talking about wearing camo and sitting out in the forest and pew-pewing deer, and their excuse is deer cross the road, deer are entering our farms. And
right.
To me, that's not really a solution to that.
And I get that. With your solution, I do have some questions, but I do want to also make the point that vegans have to take responsibility for their own. How do I want to put this? I don't know how to word it properly.
Is it gonna be crop deaths, the animals that are unalived in the fields?
Yes, which are a tremendous amount, because there are so many different varieties of crops. It's not like, okay, I'm a vegan, I only eat lettuce.
What do the animals eat?
It varies depending on the animal. Some animals eat other animals. Some animals eat insects.
The animals
eat crops.
Tess, the animals you use, what do they eat?
It varies. I mean, if you're a rabbit hunter, if you're a deer hunter, if you're a squirrel hunter.
Okay, Tess. Are you telling me you purely eat what you hunt? You don't eat
If
at a grocery store. You don't go to
oh
grocery
no, I'm not
stores
saying that.
or
No,
restaurants or friends' houses.
no,
So the
no.
animals, I ask you again, Tess, I ask you again, the animals that you use, the cows, the pigs, the chickens, what do they eat?
They graze. They eat feed. They eat different
Plants.
things.
They eat plants.
Okay,
Guess where those plants are grown?
in
In our
fields.
agricultural land. Yes. How many animals are unalived in those fields, Tess?
If I eat cattle,
If you eat cattle, you're also responsible for their crop deaths, and animals eat way more than a person. And it's not like every ounce of what they eat you're
I'm not saying
consuming.
that I'm not taking
Tess,
responsibility for
Tess,
unaliving these
Tess,
animals.
Tess, hello. You're trying to tell me that I need to feel bad for eating plants because I'm causing harm to animals in the crops. You're directly demanding somebody be born into enslavement and be fed with the same crops you're complaining about. So if you really care about the animals in those crop fields, you would still live vegan because you'll request fewer plants be grown. There will be fewer fields to plow. If we
That's not
eliminate
true.
Tess,
How is
listen,
that
listen,
true?
listen. Tess, listen. I need you to listen. There's a study called Reducing Food's Environmental Impact Through Producers and Consumers. It goes over thousands of farms in hundreds of countries, okay? 83% of all our agricultural land is dedicated to raising animals for them and their food. They only provide us 18% of our total global calories. 18. So we're sacrificing 83% of our land to raise animals for 18% of our total global calories. We could feed the entire world if we eliminated animal ag. In fact, we could feed over our current population with a quarter of our current agricultural land. 10 billion people. We're only at 8 right now. Starving people because we focus on growing grains for the animals that you use. And to add to your hunting point, all right, the mammals, just the mammals that we raise for our convenience, for our food, they take up 60% of our mammal biomass. The wild animals make up 4. You're wiping out the tiny bit of wildlife that we have. In the name of what? Why are you doing that? You can live off of plants. It'd be a greener world. You wouldn't demand enslavement of someone, and you'll probably be healthier for it. Does that make sense?
And you wouldn't be supporting animal exploitation and their suffering as well.
Oh, I don't know if you know how to unmute. Maybe it's not letting you. It's right there. I invited you.
So what do we do with all the hogs and the cows and the chickens because the whole planet's gone green?
Yeah. So let's say the world did go vegan overnight. It wouldn't happen, but let's say it did. We could use the subsidies that are used to fatten them up to just care for the ones that are here now. Don't let them procreate anymore. And in about 20 years, no more domesticated animals. They'll just naturally pass away.
That's horrible.
How is that horrible? You're gonna pew them in the brain. How is that nicer than just passing away naturally?
You're willing to extinct whole breeds of animals.
What's wrong with that?
They were never here to begin with.
Yeah, they're not natural.
They had to have been here. There had to have been something of them to be what they are.
Yeah, right. There was something of them, just like there was something of chickens, and it was the red jungle fowl that was the chicken that they modified to get the chickens now. And that one chicken back then, the red jungle fowl, only laid 13 eggs a year. This is how bad we've over modified the animals now to where they are producing probably 12 eggs a day.
No, they're producing one a day. They produce one a day, but they are trying to up them to. So right now, they produce about 200 to 300 eggs, whereas they used to only produce 13 part of the year.
Right.
So how many fields would have to be now used for our consumption because the whole world's gone vegan?
We would reduce our agricultural land by 75%.
Yes and no. We've reduced it because
you need to look at the study, Tess.
Okay.
Where did I get my information from?
I understand what you're saying.
Okay, where are you getting your information from? Tess, where are you getting where are you getting your information from? You're just saying no, that I'm not right. But you don't even know my resource.
I'm not. I'm trying to ask you a question, but you're so hell-bent you won't listen to the question.
Okay, throw it at me. What's your question?
Stop talking and let me ask you the question.
What's your question?
Okay. So we have now eliminated by 75% because we have stopped
ag land.
We have stopped growing feed for our livestock. And you saw that in the study, and I'm not arguing with you. Now, because the whole world has gone vegan, how much land do we have to use?
I just told you, Tess, a quarter of our current agricultural land. A quarter.
Okay, that's all I was asking.
1/4. Oh, okay.
That's all I was asking.
I told you.
I'm sorry.
I said it a couple of times. That's fine. You're right. I'm sorry. I did jump on you. I'm sorry.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm really not.
I appreciate
I know
that.
It sounds like I am.
I'm sorry.
I'm really not.
I appreciate you.
I said I had a lot of questions.
Okay.
Well, I said that like way back, but
I did. Yeah, I understand.
Because I know there are mixed studies. There are mixed studies, and you can't argue that there aren't mixed studies. Some studies.
You can look this study up. They actually redid it. Tess, they redid this study. Okay, it's a huge meta study. It's not just one study. They looked at other studies. Okay, and they actually did it again, and they doubled down on their numbers. It's actually worse than they originally perceived.
Yeah, I'm not talking about the study that you're talking about right now as far as the land quantity and all of that. I'm talking about
so far, other studies also, okay, even health benefits. But it doesn't even matter, Tess. Like, even if, let's say, eating animals was better for the environment and we could live, I don't know, another 10 years, right? It's still immoral to demand someone be born into existence for you to use. That's slavery.
But, and I understand that, but it's a hard concept when you go back, all the way back to...
What would you want if you were the oppressed? Would you want your oppressors to just keep going? Or would you rather they find another way?
But it's not an oppressive system. I mean...
You can't even answer it. If you were being oppressed,
well, I'm not saying that.
What would you want?
We're not in
I'm saying it. If you were being oppressed, would you want your oppressors to keep oppressing you or stop?
No, nobody would. That's
You would want them to stop.
Question.
You would want them to stop.
Nobody would say yes to that.
Right. You would want them to stop,
Animals
correct?
Have always
I need you to
been
just be really clear, Tess. Tell me that, yes, you would want your oppressor to stop.
Absolutely, but anybody would say yes to that.
You're not saying it. I need you to say the words. I would want my oppressor to... No, say the sentence. I want my oppressor to stop.
Yes, I would want my oppressor to stop. Anybody would. That is a mute question.
You are the oppressor right now. Why are you not giving that same mercy to someone who's just vulnerable?
Always been raised.
We've always had slaves. Is that moral now?
No, we haven't always had slaves. We haven't had slaves in
We've had slaves. Slaves have been around for so long. Like,
we haven't had slaves in 100 years. It's not the same concept.
We actually do still currently have slaves, even in America, sadly.
Where do we have slaves?
The prisons. Prisons, people working, actually immigrants coming in. So my point is, we agree that human slavery is wrong, correct? We think it's immoral, you and I, right?
Human slavery? I agree that it absolutely does not exist, and it is
That's
wrong.
not what I'm saying. Yes, thank you. That's what I wanted. Is it right or wrong? We
Can I
got there.
ask you a
Okay.
question, or can I just
Please,
ask
Lori,
her a
go for it.
question? Sorry,
Yeah.
Tess.
No, don't be sorry.
You know that they found now that these children that are under the age of 10 are working at night in the slaughterhouses to clean everything up.
Where did we find that at?
What would you call that? It's
Where
been
did we
all
find
over
that
the
at?
news. It's been all over the news.
It's in
when we
America.
found out. It's
In
America.
Yeah,
America.
I did not hear that. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
And that's
You can look it
child
up.
slavery.
That
And
is child slavery.
anybody that goes against all child labor laws.
Right.
That anybody that owns
And
or
you know who
operates
these
these should go to
right,
prison.
right. And these children are, guess what? Brown colored. They are brown colored kids.
Does this go
Some
back to all
are-
of those missing children that happened back when the illegals were coming over and there were like all the missing
No, no,
children?
no. This is actually more of a case of people who are impoverished and they're trying to just make ends meet, and their kids come in to help with whatever their parents are doing. Typically, their parents work in the slaughterhouse and their kids come in afterwards to clean.
Okay.
Right.
I knew there was like a case of, and it was highly publicized, where there were, I
Yes.
can't remember how many children missing, and I didn't know if that was part of that or.
Oh, I don't know if that has
No,
anything to
and-
do with it, but
And
Don't
Go
I
ahead,
am
Lori.
assuming, are you a Native American, Tess?
Yes, my mom was full-blooded Cherokee Indian.
Okay. All right. Great.
And don't forget all of the kids who are working in, like, being forced to work as slaves in the schmex industry, too.
Oh, that's horrible.
Exactly.
That's absolutely horrible. That's
So-
absolutely
so-
horrible.
and why is it that we care?
And that's where
I
most
agree.
of our people, Tess, go. Most of our missing, murdered indigenous women
I
go to
absolutely
slave
agree.
trafficking.
I
And their
absolutely agree.
children. Right. And their children.
Unfortunately, that is where they go, and I'm going to say this, and it's very crude, if they don't end up in a ditch somewhere. And you know what? Nobody cares.
Nobody cares about us.
No, they don't. Nobody gives two shits. Oh, sorry. That slipped. What happens to us? Because nobody looks.
Yeah, I agree that.
But nobody has ever given two craps about us.
Right. But that's
I
what
agree
I'm
with you
talking
on that.
about children being used and abused and, things like that. They're everywhere, unfortunately.
Right. And we care about those individuals because they're sentient beings having their own experiences, right? Their purpose is important to them. What happens to them matters to them. And they should be respected just on that alone, right? Doesn't matter how intelligent someone is. Doesn't matter their background, who they're related to, right? All sentient beings deserve basic respect, to not be used without consent.
I agree with that until you start talking about the prisons. And then those people have crossed lines.
That's fine. We don't need to talk about the prisons. I'm here to talk about the animals purely. So whatever your opinions are about prisons, that's fine. I'm not here to debate that. I'm here to talk about you supporting animal oppression, demanding that someone be put through a system that we won't even put our worst humans through.
I agree that animals should be treated properly. They should be treated well.
So how do you respectfully use someone without their consent?
We raised animals. We had cattle, we had pigs, we had chickens. We gathered eggs. We didn't.
Okay, what
didn't kill
morally
chickens.
justifies using them without their consent? What morally justifies that? If you have options,
We were
what
hungry.
Okay, so if you're in a state of necessity, I already went over this, right?
And I
I'm talking
understand that.
about, are you in a state of necessity right now?
No.
Okay, so I'm talking about right now. How do you morally justify using animals when you do not have to?
Because it's just the way things have always been done, and I
But
don't
you
know
agree
any
it's
other way.
immoral. So I have resources for you. I understand
Oh,
the
I
change
know.
might feel big. Okay, so what is it then that makes you not want to stand against oppression?
I don't know. I think it's just, I'm 57 years old, and it's just the way it's always been, and I don't know any different. Animals have always been intended to be a food source.
By
It,
who?
it was
Who says that?
well, if you go back in history, as far back as you
Right.
can go.
Again, necessity, right? I could justify unaliving a human baby, right? Our history is not what I'm talking about, though. I'm talking about right now. We have choices. I understand you've already broke it down, that it's a habit at this point, right? You haven't really thought about it. It's just you're living your life and moving forward. And I'm just telling
Right.
you, like your actions are causing someone to be forcefully born into existence just to be used because of your demand. Whether or not you're aware of that, it's because of your demand. And I'm telling you, if you remove that demand, which is just an inaction, it's literally you just no longer purchasing animal products, that will make a huge difference to the animals. You'll save 100 to 300 animals a year. That's huge. Imagine someone rescuing 100 dogs, right? That person would be a hero,
Yeah.
right? So I'm saying that everybody has that power. You have the power right now to save 100 to 300 animals. You could be that hero.
Well, you've given me a lot to think about. I realize
Good.
now that I have options and why I have options.
Yeah, and Tess, if I
So
was you,
I appreciate that.
I would watch Dominion. And there is scary. I know you know what happens in a slaughterhouse, but this is standard practice everywhere.
Yeah.
And they even do stuff in Europe also. But maybe take a look at those two and check out the
Okay.
nutritional facts that she has up there. Take a screenshot of it. And,
Well,
and like you said, you're what, 57?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm 61. I've been vegan for almost 26 years now. It's gone on 26 years. And at the time when I was younger, like you, my parents forced me to eat meat, but at about 11, I stopped. I didn't want to because, my grandparents had a farm and I had a bull cow that was a buddy of mine. I had chickens. I raised my own chicken from an egg in school when we were allowed to do that. I had pigs and everything, and ducks. We had it all, and we never ate them. They never ate them. So,
Yeah.
so I finally decided that was going to be, it's got to stop.
Well, I
Gotta
know
stop.
that because of the fact that I'm fortunate because of the fact that I am 57, and because of my mom showing me pictures of her when she was certain ages, growing up, and other girls that she went to school with, I can compare those and what my generation looked like and the next generation looked like and the girls coming up now, and the girls that are coming up now look like grown women at 13 versus the girls at 13 and my mom's 13,
Exactly.
that look like
And
little girls
and
still.
you know what that's from?
Well, growth
Them
hormones in the
eating,
food.
right. Growth hormones of food. Exactly.
And it's I see these things, and it's a stark reminder of the fact that there is, when they modify our food, they modify us.
Exactly.
And I see these things, and I realize these things, and I know that it's wrong, and
Yeah.
it's affecting our people, us, that it's not right, and it's got to have adverse effects more than just the way it's changed. And you see it more in the
Right.
girls than you do the boys, but
Right.
so yeah, you've given me a lot
Exactly.
to think about, and I do appreciate that. So and thank you for being somewhat patient with me.
Yeah. I appreciate you sitting through my yelling though. That does take a patient person. So thank you.
That is all right. That's all right. I got all day. All right, ladies. You have a
Awesome.
good day.
Have a good day,
Okay.
Tess.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We hope
Bye bye.
Yeah, we hope to see you again, Tess.
Bye bye.
All right, bye.
We had someone in the chat asking about where they could find that study about
Oh,
our
yeah.
field use dropping by 75% if people switch to being vegan. Where can they find that?
There's a couple sources. I think the National Institute of Science or something, or I don't know, there's a bunch of websites. Just look up the title and it'll give you, there's different libraries that have it, but it's called Reducing Food's Environmental Impact through producers and consumers. That's the title of the study.
There
You can
go,
just Google
Donna.
that title. Yeah, you can Google that title.
Thank you.
Reducing food's environmental footprint, or excuse me, environmental impact through producers and consumers. Awesome. Yeah, it's a good study. It's really in depth. I had to go over it a couple times.
Too bad
it's
you
good.
can't have it on your background.
Sorry,
I know.
got
I was
Hannah here to hang out with us.
Oh, that's great. Hey, Hannah. No, I agree. When I have it on my computer, I have the ability to make different, they're called scenes. And so I can like switch my background really quickly. So I'll do that next time I'm on.
Oh, okay, cool.
I can't use my main room because my boyfriend is doing an interview for somebody. Like he works at a company and he's interviewing someone. So he's in there for like hours, I guess. And I can't, kills me because there's so many tools that I use on my computer now. Using my phone is like, I have one arm tied behind my back now.
I hear you.
Hey, Hannah. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. We had some good people. We also had some really frustrating people. Oh, how come I can't tap on you? How are you doing?
Pretty good. Just trying to get some like house chores done and stuff.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming up. Sorry, I was trying to mute somebody. Well, appreciate you being here.
Yeah. How long are you planning? What time are you planning on stopping?
I was thinking like in an hour and a half. It'll be 11, 12. Yeah, hour and a half. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know. It slowed down drastically just now. Like I was at 30, 40 people and it just dropped.
I know.
Maybe
I'm tapping the whole time. So we're up to 20.
You know, it's funny. I noticed that it shot up when I was screaming at people. It like got up to 80 people watching because I was yelling. I was like, this is pathetic, guys. I have to like shake and scream for you guys to like come and look at me. It's ridiculous.
Unfortunately, that's how it is.
People just like
it
drama.
is. Totally. Hey, Bunchy, are you over 18? Oh, I see you said you're vegan. How long you been vegan? Oh, you're muted. We can't hear you.
I have a bad feeling about this.
I do too. All right, Bunchy. I'm going to disconnect you. Maybe you need to figure your stuff out. I also had a bad feeling because it was just, you were muted. They were muted for too long. Hey, Max. Still loading. Are you over 18?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you morally justify still using animals?
It's not completely moral. It's nutrition based. And then on top of that, morally, I believe moral comes from religion. And I'm Christian, which supports that.
Okay, so for nutrition, I can give you evidence that shows that we can get everything we need in a plant-based diet. As far as religion goes, could I join your religion and be vegan?
No, yeah, you 100% could. It's not you're forced to, but it's not morally wrong. It's
I mean,
it's
you're not forced to use animals in society either, but it's acceptable. But that doesn't change the morality of it, right? Just because you're allowed to by some authority figure.
No, 100%. But from a nutritional standpoint, I would say there are a lot of benefits.
Okay, so do you recognize that animals are sentient?
Define what you mean by sentient.
The ability to experience subjective feelings like pain, suffering, joy.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so since we know that they can suffer and they want to avoid harm, what morally justifies using them when we can eat something else?
Can I give you a kind of a similar analogy for plants?
Can you answer my question, then I'll answer yours?
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Like I said, morally for me, if you go into Genesis, it states that God gives us the power and rule over animals the same way he rules over us. And
okay, you're just repeating yourself, though. You're just saying he gives you permission. You don't have to do it.
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
Well, the moral is that it's okay. It's okay morally. It's not that you're not allowed to. So if you're allowed to and it benefits you nutritionally, that's the moral aspect for me.
Are you talking about where he says you have dominion over the animals?
Yes, I do. And then if you go into Leviticus, Numbers, or Deuteronomy, he also requests that you sacrifice him. And that's a very long time ago. And I know it's niche to people who believe in what I believe.
But we don't live by that anymore biblically. We don't have to sacrifice animals anymore and I won't go on for a long time about this because it's not about religion, but Jesus was the sacrificial lamb. That's why we don't need to sacrifice anymore.
No, yeah, no, I do. I understand that. That's the one thing I'm pretty well versed on. I do know that,
and
but I'm just
Dominion, you're
saying.
getting it wrong. We don't have dominion over the animals to unalive them. We have dominion over them to be their,
They're
Care
stewards.
of them.
stewards. Yeah, excuse me, I couldn't remember the
Yeah,
name.
but at no point does it state that you can't eat them.
Doesn't
Okay,
the
so
But you have a
Bible-
choice.
Yes, I understand you have a choice, but for me, like I said, if I have the choice and I'm allowed to, and I want the nutritional benefits, that's me justifying doing it.
Max, doesn't the Bible also justify owning women like as property?
Does it say that in the New Testament?
It doesn't matter. It
No,
definitely.
does it say it in the New Testament?
So the New Testament is the one that you follow, the version of telephone tag that you decided to follow.
Right.
Well, no, it's not telephone tag.
It's been
You have to
written
look in.
so many times, Max.
It actually hasn't.
Prove God exists.
We have
Max.
documents and articles that are dated back
Max,
to
can you
56
prove
BC.
God exists? Can you prove God exists?
Yes, I can.
How?
So, how do you have, if you know this, that the Bible wasn't written in one day, it's written over the course of 4,000 years. So you have documents that took place 2,000 years before the time of Jesus, but have over 50,000 cross-references that completely predict and connect to what was written in the New Testament. On top of that,
look, Max, I don't care what deity you want to believe in. No religion justifies violating someone's bodily autonomy. Because I could have a book that was written by my deity over thousands of years, and it says that I can enslave men in my basement as long as I give them at least like 3 inches on all sides. Does that now mean that I'm morally justified to enslave men in my basement?
well, it doesn't say that.
It does in mine.
You're bringing up.
The Bible
like,
does justify slavery as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Can I explain that? Like
I mean,
mean to
Max,
I don't wanna
I don't
argue.
really. It's okay, Max. I don't care about your religion. I don't care if it's real or not. I really don't care.
Mhm.
The point is that you don't have to use animals. You recognize that animals suffer. I'm sure you agree that locking a dog in a hot car is immoral, right?
No, 100%. They shouldn't
I'm sure
suffer.
you
You
agree.
shouldn't torture them.
Right. Okay, so you recognize that they can feel, right? That they want to live. So now that we have evidence today that we can thrive using plants, that's what this is. This is the Dailey Dozen. Everything you need in a day, easily checked off on a box. Okay?
Can
Since
I,
we can get, so before you mention,
yeah.
I want to point out the difference between plants and animals. Plants, no brain, no central nervous system. They lack the organs to express sentience. All these studies that say plants might be sentient, not repeated. They can't be repeated. The ones that explain those same phenomenon as just reacting to stimuli are repeated. There's an article that covers this called Debunking a Myth, Plant Consciousness. Okay? They go over all those little mechanisms, the cavitations that people claim are screams or whatever. Plants are not sentient. Even if they were, even if plants were sentient, right? We should care then about their preferences and their welfare, right? Why are we breeding so many plants then to feed to other sentient animals? We grow so many plants now just to feed animals. Animals are highly inefficient. We literally grow 30 to 50% more crops just to feed them. They give us 18% of our total global calories. So we're wasting a third of our water. We're wasting 83% of our agricultural land. We're wasting fertilizers and resources to grow their food. We're releasing so many greenhouse gases to make their food and their burps.
No, that makes complete sense. Like stuff like that, I completely support. I don't think anyone in the world should be starving, and I don't think land should be taken up from people. People should have the right to free land, which I completely agree with. But what I would say though is there are some uses for nutrients that you get out of animals that you don't get out of plants.
But Max,
that are very
I just told you we could feed 10 billion people on a quarter of our agricultural land. You demanding that animals be born into existence is literally demanding more grains be grown for another animal. These countries where children are starving, it's because they're focused on growing grains for the animals instead of human-based food. So you're literally demanding people starve so that you can chew on a sentient being's muscle.
Well, that's not the only reason those countries are starving.
It's not the only reason, but it's a big part of it. And you can remove your demand from it. You can stop demanding slaves be born into existence and stop demanding that other countries feed these slaves by living vegan. You could prevent 100 to 300 animals from being born into existence because the producers don't want to overproduce. They don't want to lose money. So they're going to reduce how many animals they breed into existence while you're supporting plant-based products. In fact, all these companies that are like the heads of meat companies are making vegan products too now because they're losing their customers. They care about what you purchase. You make a huge difference.
And we do have proof that you can thrive on a plant-based diet. Like, nutritionally speaking, there's nothing that you absolutely need from animals that you can't get from plants. We know that now.
Creatine. I don't mean to be disrespectful in saying that, but it supports.
It's not essential.
An essential amino acid. Your body produces it. However, if you do think that you need to take creatine, you can take vegan creatine. And actually, I do every single day because I lift heavy weights. But
Well,
you don't
I'm not
need
speaking
to.
of creatine from a lifting perspective. Creatine's
I have vegan creatine in my house right now. Vegan creatine. You want me to go grab it? Okay.
Well, no, I believe that's a thing.
Okay. It's by Complement. It's by the company Complement. You can get vegan creatine. There's other ones too. There's like pea protein. What are the other ones? Pea protein, and I just keep thinking about pea protein. Soy protein. Any
I know
beans, really.
I know those are like things that people use. I used to do it because I used to eat basically majority.
So what's wrong with that?
Well, this is what I came across. So, would you agree that plants are still living things?
That has nothing
No,
to
this
do
isn't
with
like a moral perspective,
creatine
I'm
not
feeling
being
pain.
an essential amino acid. You just said that creatine is something that you can't get from
Well,
plants.
no, I
but
was
you
going to
don't.
give my reasoning of why you need to get it from animals instead of plants.
Okay, go ahead, give it. I would
Okay.
love to hear it.
Would you agree that plants are living things?
Of course they're living.
Okay.
Yes.
So plants themselves need to reproduce and create more plants. That's a circle of life. So plants themselves don't want to be eaten, and they actually create many defense chemicals, which I could give to you.
Come on.
What
They
does
have
this
defense
have to
chemicals.
This
do?
is
Hold on.
That's nonsense.
It's
What
not
is this-
nonsense. They
What
include
does this
tannins,
have to do
saponin,
with needing to eat creatine?
lectins, oxalates, cyanogenic lysis.
This has nothing to do with creatine. What are you going on about?
He's going on about plant sentience, even though I already went ahead. I knew where he was going, and I was like, plants don't have a brain or a central nervous system. Debunking a myth, plant consciousness. Go read that article. Goes over studies for them in the last 50 years. Still couldn't accept it. Had to go on about how plants are sentient. I even mentioned the cavitations, the plants are screaming study. And he's still like, yeah, plants are sentient.
And if you're so concerned about plants being sentient, like, do you not walk on grass? Do you not cut grass? Do you cry for all the grass that's dying out there? Every single plant that dies every day? How are you
Yeah,
how
not
are
the
you
little
protecting
bugs
the
you step
plants?
on.
Yeah, how are you protecting those plants and keeping them, because apparently now they have a subjective experience because plants are alive. How what do you do to make sure those
But, like,
plants aren't
Kelly,
dying?
you don't understand. Jesus said it was okay.
I know. And I'm a believer, girl. I'm a 100% believer in Jesus, like, and vegan.
So did honestly, the resource that I would like Max, I don't know if Max knows how to use the mute button. I'll let you have an invite. Okay. So there's a documentary called Christspiracy that goes over actually the parts of the Bible that you quoted. And the creator, actually, he's Christian too. So you should check out his YouTube. It's called Christspiracy. And he actually interviews Christians and talks to them from the perspective of a Christian. And I really loved his documentary, Christspiracy, because it really showed that there's a manipulation happening that you should be aware of. Whether or not, whatever you do, I would just recommend watching that documentary just to know more about your Bible. You
No,
know,
I would read that. I would watch that.
Yeah, he does a really deep dive. They even pull out the sea scrolls and they start looking at words that were translated from the original texts, and it's really great documentary. I like it.
No, I'm actually super into that stuff. I don't want to like get into a debate on that, but the documents that we found that have been changed are still 95% accurate. But that's just that's irrelevant to this.
Yeah,
but,
it's fine.
I just want to go back to the point.
Where's your
I
proof?
wasn't saying they're sentient, but they still contain defense chemicals, which is proven.
Yes.
If you took it down and broke down the nutrients, they still contain lectins and oxalates.
Yeah.
And you break those down when you cook your food. Like most of them are destroyed when you cook your food.
But not all of them. Especially if you're making pea protein or soy protein. Listen,
and that's not a problem.
Well, if you absorb those into your body, it will mess with your hormones.
It will mess with
your
your
gut.
hormones. I would love to see some evidence.
I could give you evidence. If you go to Paul Saladino, MD.
Paul Saladino? Oh
yeah,
my God.
He's a double board certified doctor.
Oh my God. You know, he's even admitted that he doesn't have any science behind what he says. He admits that.
No, he has research articles linked.
No, he does not.
He does
not. He's admitted he doesn't know the science of long-term health in this diet. He's admitted that.
And he eats plants now. He eats so many plants.
Can you name some plants he eats? He supports fruit, not plants.
That's a plant. You don't think
No,
fruit is a plant?
Fruit has seeds. A plant doesn't have seeds. It's two different things.
Max.
If you were to cut an apple in half, would you see seeds?
Max,
if you were to cut a piece of celery in half,
being silly. You're being silly. That's so silly. When I say eat plants, I literally am referring to fruits and vegetables and beans and rice.
I meant to say it's not a vegetable. That's what I meant to say.
Got it. Okay. That's fine.
When I think of.
Hold on a sec.
So he's eating fruit, which is a plant, just to be clear.
But to go back to the point I was trying to make before.
No, Max, hold on a second. Okay. You don't eat any vegetables ever? You're against eating vegetables because they mess with your hormones?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You could get every vitamin.
Do you drink milk? Do you drink cow's milk?
I do.
You know that is steeped in estrogen, right?
There's mammal
which is an important hormone for
there's literally mammal estrogen in cow's milk.
And that's important for both males and females.
Plus
males have estrogen and it supports muscle growth and your sleep. That's proven. That's proven.
So what's wrong with soy?
What's wrong with soy? It's not that it would give a male higher estrogen. It's that it messes with your hormones and the way they're released in your body.
Okay, so progesterone will cause you to be feminine, but not mammal estrogen. Sorry, Lori, go ahead.
Oh, I just want to know what his proof is of drinking milk, and getting the mammal hormone. Come on. That they inject into them. Where's your proof at? What study did you read?
What are you
Does it have
referring
backing?
to?
Is it a medicine?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry. You're saying you don't understand that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm saying there's nothing wrong with absorbing the estrogen inside of milk. Is that what you're trying to add?
The point.
Why you'd want to drink another mammal's milk? Why not drink dog milk or pig milk?
Or human milk.
The same.
Drink some human milk if you really want to drink something that's human specific.
Yeah, you want. Never mind. I'm gonna mute myself.
So, could you just explain what you're asking? Like, why would I choose to drink cow's milk? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, I mean, cow's milk is really just growth formula for a baby cow. So why would
it's not meant for people?
And we have so much evidence that it increases your risk of specific types of cancers, including prostate cancer. So why would you want to drink that?
Well, I would say if you look at those studies specifically, they were not controlled studies. Also, there's a lot of milk that I'm against drinking. If you drink,
we also don't have. I just want to be clear, though. We also don't have any blind, whatever those. Can't think of the term right now. The double-blind studies for smoking and how they cause cancer, because it's immoral to ask someone to smoke for so long, knowing that there's a high chance they're going to get cancer. The same thing with their diet. I can't ask someone to just sit there and consume flesh knowing that they may cause themselves cancer. They can't do it ethically. That's why.
Right. But they can strap muzzles onto dogs and make them breathe it. Beagles, they do that, and they end up dying because of exactly what she's saying.
Yeah, lots of animals die in testing facilities.
Would it be fair to say that there's a disagreement upon our reasoning? Yours is more morally based, and mine's more nutritionally
That's all
based.
we're here for. It
Is that-
doesn't matter. Max,
Ghost is
yes.
wrong.
We're only here for rights.
The moral base.
It goes sentient beings' inherent rights, your nutrition.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So would you agree that my reasoning is more behind nutrition, yours is more behind morals?
Of course, you're ignoring your victim. I could say human babies are delicious and provide me protein, but that doesn't give me the moral justification to keep cutting them open and turning them into bacon.
Well, would it change your mind if I said that animals don't have a proven conscience, but they do have...
Max, you're hilarious.
Do you know you taste like pig?
Do I know I taste like pig?
Yeah, humans taste like pigs.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Yeah, so what's wrong with me turning babies into bacon? They taste really, really good, and they have all the protein I need, and they're not infected with that Crohn's disease, so it's just as dangerous as cooking animal flesh. Is that moral?
No, because humans have a conscience.
So do animals.
Animals
Max,
aren't
I'm gonna kick you. I'm
Hold on,
gonna kick you.
can I make a point?
No,
Can I make a
no,
point?
you can't.
No.
You can't. No, goodbye. I went over so many times that animals are conscious. I even pointed out the declarations of consciousness by New York and Cambridge, and he just
Yeah.
I don't know if we should be arguing with someone who thinks that vegetables are unhealthy.
Right. Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Like, I'm pretty sure that most science is on our side, if not like 99% of science is on our side. That when you eat more of these lectins even, or oxalates, we actually do better. I understand that there's kidney stones and other issues. It's because when you eat plants, the nutrition is wrapped in these other things. You get fiber and antioxidants, and those help counteract the negative effects of the plant defenses. They've studied this. We know that those that eat more beans typically live longer.
I mean, if he's getting his science from
Joe Rogan,
Paul
Saladino.
I don't even know who that guy is. You guys always bring up, like, you guys are so knowledgeable, it blows my mind. I'm
Kelly, he's just an influencer. He's an influencer, and it's so funny because all the carnivore people love him, and then he came out and was like, actually, I'm not carnivore anymore. It's not healthy because I said so. So now I'm going to eat fruit.
Yep, that's him. Yeah, a lot of influencers, the carnist influencers, have to be sneaky about the studies that they find for you. They have to be, like, I saw a video recently, it wasn't Paul, it was somebody else, I think, that did a chat GPT. And he, like, had to seriously...
Not right this second. My stomach's hurting and my head's hurting. I'll go in a little bit. So I have to go somewhere right now, and you can go.
I'll mute. Anyway, oh shoot, I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying, guys? Oh, damn it. Whatever.
Doesn't matter.
I don't
Carnivore
remember.
bullshit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just talking about these influencers. Oh, and I saw one recently that had Chat GPT up, and he was like, he had to manhandle it to get it to finally say, yes, I guess maybe some people this would be better to be an appropriate diet for. But he had to sit there and like, you're wrong, you're reading this isn't right. Like, he was like arguing with it for it to finally comply with him. Whereas when I see vegans do this, they literally are just asking the question straight out. Oh, you do poor.
We need a cleanse.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet baby. Yeah.
You river, get off. You want some? You sit pretty.
Oh, very cute.
Okay. Cleanse over.
Thank you. All right, let's bring up another guest.
River loves to contribute to the lives, I'll just say that.
We appreciate you, River.
Hopefully that doesn't count as enslavement.
No, that's your friend. I have companions. As long as they're there, as your friend. It's different if you're like,
he is my
you only
rock.
have them to use them. Yeah.
No way. He is my boy, my best buddy,
Aw,
just like my previous one was. Sorry. Anyway,
good.
I'll shut up now.
That's all good. No, you're good. You're good, Kelly. Hey, Mark, are you over 18?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Okay. How do you morally justify using animals?
Well, bottom line is they were put on the earth for a reason, and that was for us to be able to eat them.
By who?
God.
Okay. Do I have to let's say I want to join your religion? Do I have to use animals or can I be vegan?
You can be whatever you want to be. I mean, you don't have to use the animals, but I'm just saying that's the reason they were put here, though.
But dominion and control over animals doesn't mean, okay, we can do whatever we want to you and eat you. We have a choice. We have an inherent choice. So you trying to use religion as a basis is a little.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, well, you just said that God put the animals here on earth to eat. So I was saying that we have
Well,
a
he
choice.
put them on the earth to be able to be used in different ways.
Where does it say that we have to use them? Even though this is not a religious argument, where does it say we have to use them?
Well, that's the reason he put them here, was for us to be able to consume milk and meat and other things.
Okay, but why don't we consume dog milk? And like, why don't we?
That's a good question. I don't know. You know, I've never tasted it. Don't care.
Why don't we
Try to
harvest
taste it.
people for their milk? Pregnant women. Why don't we do that? Can you tell me the why?
Well, actually, babies do that.
Well, I'm not talking about babies. I'm talking about for everyone else in the world. What if I want human milk?
Well, there's a couple of different ways you could do that. If you want to become a lesbian and get with a pregnant woman, I guess you could. I mean,
so no, you don't even.
Oh my God! Did he?
You don't even understand what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Inherent enslavement of any creature, any sentient being, is wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to get him kicked off.
No, he's going off on a tangent, bringing sexuality into it, and he shouldn't be doing that.
I was just trying to make the point.
He's got something on his mind. He's clearly got
I'm all
something
fired
on
up
his
today.
mind.
I apologize.
He sounds like an old man that loves to be Christian because he can rape children and not get away and not have a problem with it, or you can get away with it.
I have a problem when people try to bring religion into it because it's not a religious issue 100%. Like, people can bring that in as an argument, but God gave us dominion to care for his creatures. Like, I feel I was put on earth to care for his animals. That's why I became a vet tech. Because I love animals and I want to care for them and I want to heal them. And God wants that too.
Right.
Because he gave us control. So
and also, I mean, I would think that God, if we have the ability to reduce suffering in some way, that God would want us to do that.
100% he would. That's 100% he would. Jesus did not walk, sorry, and I know this is not, I'm not trying to take over by talking about religion. Jesus did not die for that. He did not. And I'll just stop it there. Because I get all sappy when I talk about religion.
No, honestly, if I was still religious, I would be pretty frustrated after watching Christspiracy. I saw the manipulation that's happening to people that are just trying to have their space with their deity. And it's infuriating that people are being taken advantage of like that.
Yeah. And people can believe in whatever they want to. I'm not even here to say, like, you need to believe in Jesus. Like, I don't even care who you believe in, what you believe in. Animals deserve respect and care. And they should be shown that in all religions.
Right. And the point that I was trying to make, was that, since I don't have to be religious, I don't have to use animals to join your religion, then your religion, even though it gives you permission, has nothing to do with the ethics, as our laws currently allow you to use animals, right? Still has nothing to do with morality. The point is, we're ignoring a victim, right? It doesn't matter what some authority figure says. We recognize these beings have the capacity to suffer. They have the capacity to have their own subjective experience and make preferences. They're just like us in that sense, and that's all that matters. And if we don't need to use them, if we can avoid demanding someone's oppression, we should do so, especially if you're religious and you're part of this belief of peace and mercy and compassion, right? If Jesus was in the room, I've said this before, Kelly, you've heard this before. If Jesus was in the room with a lamb, how would he unalive that lamb? If he was in the room with the devil, between the two of them, who would be the one that stabs the lamb? And if it is Jesus, what is the devil doing?
Exactly.
Right? Like, it just doesn't make sense to use your religion, which is supposed to be, putting peace into the world, as an excuse to continue unjustified violence. It's just sad.
That's what religion has always been, though. It's always been religious wars, religious everything. It's the.
I mean, I'm okay with
fundamental of
people.
evil.
I'm okay with people using religion as a way to like meditate or to connect
Sure.
mentally with something, right? Like that's totally, it's when they use it as a justification to violate somebody else.
Yes. I think that's what
You
I was
know?
meaning to even get at the whole time. It's just when people use it as a justification,
Right.
I don't like that. I just
Exactly,
don't.
especially as
know.
it's your religion.
Yeah.
It's just like looking up all the information you give people. People need to look up where their religion started and when it
Yeah.
started and by who
Yeah.
it was started and how it got to Europe.
Oh,
it
It's a little
wasn't from the. Oh my gosh, is he gray or black?
She's black.
like a
I had a black
you have
cat
a
one
gray
time.
one.
They're the best. They have the funniest personalities.
Yeah.
so sweet.
And he's like hugging his feet. Oh, my kitty did that. Yes,
I love
yes,
when they
the
do
feet,
that.
he's hugging them. Oh my gosh.
That's
Show
cute.
me all the animals, please.
My cat.
my
when
baby's
he
not
sleeps,
here.
He curls his hands in by his face. He sleeps
like this.
Oh my
like that.
gosh,
Yeah, he
yes.
curls his hands
Love
in by
that.
his face.
Aww.
I don't understand why it's so hard if people are like, I don't want to, hurt a cat or a dog or a companion animal, but I'll hurt a cow or a pig, even though they're also companion animals.
Yep. That's that cognitive dissonance. It's because that benefit is more clear in their mind than the feelings of the animal, right? The animal's feelings, you almost have to you just have to know that they are able to have them. It's hard to see their emotions unless you actually pay attention to them and watch them. And so I feel like that's why people are so quick to be like, it don't matter. They don't care. And I enjoy my num-nums so much.
I really think I wish that more people could meet and spend time with pigs and cows, because honestly, if they just spent time with them, I don't think that they could be able to eat them anymore. I really don't.
I agree with you.
Yeah,
I
they
think
need
that there's a... Go ahead, Lori, sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying they need to go to the sanctuaries and see them and pet them and lay with
Yeah.
them and see how they are when somebody plays music to them and things like that. It's just it's an amazing experience.
To see an animal in a place where they're actually safe, you see a difference in their demeanor. They're doing things that they want to do. And
Yeah, they
What'd you
lay
say?
with you, they sleep next to you. It's just amazing.
yeah, exactly. I agree, though. I think there will be a day when there's more sanctuaries. I look forward to that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just hard funding gets really hard for them.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Is
only
this-
reason Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, please go. Yeah, no, you're
I
good.
was just going to say that I bought a house that I'm on 8 acres and I have a barn, but I literally can't take animals yet because I don't think I'd be able to pay the vet bills.
Yeah. That's so
Yep.
awesome, though, that you would, though.
I mean, that's
And you're
the
like,
goal.
I was gonna say, it sounds like you're like ready. You're like, I just need the right opportunity to present
Yeah,
itself.
you're so
in front of
awesome,
me.
Hannah. I love following you on TikTok.
Oh, thanks.
Oh my gosh, yes. Hannah also has a great account on Instagram. Oh my God, the name is slipping me right now because I'm thinking of Harmstead, which is VPM. What was yours again?
Oh, looks that kale?
Looks at Kale, but it's the other one with the homesteaders.
Oh, Harmsteaders?
Oh, that's you too? I
No,
thought
no, that's
Harmsteader-
not me.
Yeah, that's VPM. You had another one of your own, right? And it was carnivore or something.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Oh, never mind then. I'm sorry. I was just talking about the looks at Kale.
Looks at kale. I'm going to go look you up right now. BRB.
I'm so sorry, Hannah. I didn't mean to like give it away.
No, it's okay.
Hopefully no one knows. Yeah, I just said one word. Hopefully that wasn't enough to give it away. Okay, never mind. It's really good though. I really like it. Anyway, Shall we try to take up another?
Yep. Just follow
Another
you, Hannah.
person?
I'm following you now on Instagram.
Yay, thank you.
Also follow all the other vegans over here, please.
Yes, follow Lori
Kelly
and Hannah, guys.
Kelly and Lori and all three of these ladies are fantastic animal rights activists. They put out great content. You can ask them questions.
And Vegan
Great
Stoner
people.
Lady has a great she saves a bunch of her live discussions and posts it on here on TikTok. And you definitely should also follow her Instagram as well, because she gives you a lot of good things to think about. If you're on the edge of considering becoming vegan, or even if you're not vegan and are just interested in hearing conversation, if you have an open mind, then it's a great resource for her as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I do try to post a lot of good stuff on there.
Yeah.
Go.
All right, let's
All
do
right.
this.
Let's do this. Oops, I hit the wrong button. All right. Oops. I don't know how to pronounce your first name. I'll go with Lewis. Is it Knots? Knox? I don't know how to pronounce that. Hey, Lewis, are you over 18?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you morally justify still using animals?
For food.
Okay. How do you morally justify that, though?
As beings.
As what?
Beings. Living beings.
Just because we exist?
Yeah, it's like, that's not a moral justification. A moral justification is I use animals because they taste good, because I'm stronger, because they're dumb. Why is it morally okay for you to use them? Yeah, answer my question. Why is it morally acceptable for you to use animals?
Morally being the key word.
Wait, could you say that again, please?
What morally justifies you still using animals?
I have no clue.
Okay. Do you understand that animals are sentient?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what sentience means?
Like living beings.
So what it means is actually they're making preferences and they're experiencing subjective emotions. So they want to be comfortable. They want to avoid harm.
Yeah.
They have an interest in continuing to live. They care what happens to them. These are all qualities of a sentient being.
All right, can I ask you a question now?
I guess.
Do you support Reform UK?
I don't know what that is.
Like the party?
I don't know. I'm not here to talk politics, and I'm annoyed that you tried to change the topic. Oh, I just realized Hannah dropped down. Bye, Hannah. Oh, you're right there. Never mind. Welcome back. Hey, Yo-Yo, are you over 18?
I am.
Okay. How do you morally justify you still using animals?
So I totally want to have this conversation, but before we get into this, can we just agree that if there starts being like ad hominem attacks, that I can just end this? Because I'm not going to be.
I mean, you can leave anytime you want.
View. Okay.
You can leave anytime you want.
I just want to get a little background real quick. So there was that one. So I'm a meat eater. I do eat meat. I've worked in a slaughterhouse. I've worked as a butcher. I've also worked as I used to help a lady run an organic snack factory with raw food only, very vegan. And she turned me on to something called ketchetarianism. Is anyone familiar with that?
I don't know. What is it?
So ketchetarianism was basically we would justify eating meat if we were the ones that were actually actively involved with killing it or harvesting it, and I felt okay with that.
Why did you feel okay with that?
So,
just out of curiosity.
This is going to get out there. It's going to get kind of out there, but I kind of believe in karma. I believe in like karmic debt. I've always kind of like identified with like the Hinduism and stuff like that. I always felt that resonated with me. And I've always felt like it's not right to go to the grocery store and think it's like that easy, because it's not. And someone who has been on a slaughter floor, it's not easy. And it's not easy to stomach, and it's not easy to do it.
I believe that 100%.
You can, right? So like
why is it hard and uncomfortable?
It's hard and uncomfortable for the physical working conditions. Like These aren't air conditioned.
Oh, so it's nothing to do with it's not the fact that you're watching animals suffer. That's not what's making your stomach sick?
That's now it wasn't. It's done very humanely, and there's not suffering.
There's
Okay,
nothing.
So
there's,
it's literally, I just want to be clear. You're saying working in the slaughterhouse made you sick only because it
didn't say
takes a lot
sick.
of work. Okay.
No,
How did
this
it
is going back to,
bothered
like, the
you?
karmic.
It
This is going back to,
bothered
like, this
you.
yeah.
What karma is wrong with working in a slaughterhouse?
I mean, you're killing stuff. That's
Oh,
not good.
okay. So we do agree then that taking their life is immoral.
It is. It is.
Okay.
For sure. But yet, what I justified it as was that I was the one doing it. It's on me. And especially with the catchitarianism stuff, like I was in the wild, this animal was in their natural habitat, they were having the best day, and then all of a sudden it just was over with. That's not that much suffering, right? It is.
Do you know who else is a catchitarian? Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, that was not morally right. I don't think anyone on earth would argue that he.
But he was able to do it. Does that mean
Yeah.
that he's justified in doing it then?
We're all able to do it.
Is that moral?
No, of course not.
Okay. So I just want to try to understand. Are you saying that the kitchitarian is not moral? It's just the system you were using? I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
Like the farm factory aspect, but I think that a lot of people that are involved.
No, so what
in
are you right
veganism-
now? What are you right now? Are you a kitchitarian right now?
No, I'm back in like an urban environment.
Okay. Do you still think that catchitarian? Do you still think? Okay. So let's say I go to the lake and I walk around the lake being peaceful, enjoying nature, but every once in a while I'm able to grab a squirrel and I shove him under the water until he dies.
Mm-hmm.
Is that moral? I'm going to take him home.
It's not only
I'll take him home. I'm going to take him home, peel off his fur and eat him like it's my food.
It's not only immoral, it's against the law,
Right, but even if it were legal, like let's ignore legality because legality doesn't equal morality.
I guess you know what, and if
what's
you wanna,
wrong with me doing that?
I guess what I could say is I'm not really here to defend like the morality, and you can. I mean,
Well,
I
that's
know
why I
the
have you up
topic.
here.
I
That's
know
why
that's the
I have
topic.
you up here. No, Yo-Yo, I don't care for you to like change the
there's shade.
topic. Nope,
There's
don't
shade.
change my topic. You
Okay, go
need
ahead.
to take responsibility for your actions. You don't need to worry about everyone else. You need to worry about yourself. Are
And
you
that's what I was
demanding?
doing.
Right, you're demanding that animals be oppressed and violated for your entertainment and pleasure.
But that's the opposite of what
You're
I was
ignoring
saying.
and you're ignoring the fact that these individuals have the capacity to suffer.
Well, I'll bring up a point. Like, have you ever heard of Jainism?
Yes, but we're not a religion. It's a principled stance against the exploitation of sentient beings. I do not want to demand someone else's oppression. It's that simple.
Do you believe that there could be like a symbiotic relationship, like with eggs?
No,
like a
you
chicken coop?
cannot respect someone and use them without their consent. That doesn't work. You're not respecting someone if you're ignoring their consent or not even considering it.
Now, what if you're hunting an animal and you just...
Why? What is with this whataboutism? I'm talking to you. Can you go to the grocery store? Can you go to the grocery store? Are you able to go to a grocery store?
Yeah, of course.
Then you have options. You don't need to go on into these side tangents. You go into the store and you're demanding someone be oppressed for you. When you go into the forest,
that's so far removed from that at that point.
it doesn't matter. If it was human flesh, would you feel differently? Would you be like, oh, there's so many degrees though. There's so many hands that it transfers between before it gets to you. How can it be your fault if you purchase the human flesh?
But that's not my life experience because I was.
Do you agree?
Doing it.
Do you agree that if there was human flesh produced in the same way, went through the same number of hands, that you still would find it immoral to pick up the human flesh and purchase it?
Will you agree that I just answered that question?
No. Answer the question.
Answer is yes. I would feel
it's immoral.
Repulsed. Yes.
Okay, so then what is the difference between the human and the animal?
One's an animal and one's a human. If they were different, they weren't.
Humans are animals. Humans
What's that?
are animals. Humans
Animals
are
aren't humans.
animals.
All humans are animals. All animals are not humans.
Yo, look, I know you like the taste of flesh so much, but you're seriously ignoring that you're kicking dogs for entertainment.
I am?
You don't, yes.
That's a very odd. How?
Okay, let me break it down for you. I have a dog here, right? Hold on, Yo-Yo. I need you to listen. So let's say I have a dog here, and I'm going to kick them for my entertainment. Is that moral? Is that fair to the dog?
Heck no. A dog
Exactly.
can bite you right back, though.
This dog can't. This dog cannot bite me back, and a cow actually can bite you. No, Yo-Yo, I don't want you. Please don't turn your camera on. Please don't. I prefer you don't do that. I have too many people flashing me wieners and their food. I don't want to see anything. Thank you.
I'm not everybody.
I understand that you probably
matter.
have your. I was gonna say I understand you're probably trying to show us your companion. I have a rule. I don't want to see anyone's camera unless they're my admins. It's just I don't trust anybody on the internet. The point is,
do I kick you all the time?
the point is, I'm not saying that you kick dogs. You're not listening purposely because you're starting to get scared that I'm right. Right? Kicking a dog is immoral. Doesn't matter the benefits I get from it. That dog is suffering, and that outweighs my benefits. Yo, you know what? I really am getting tired of you not listening. You literally understand that I'm about to dismantle your whole argument. You have to pivot to another freaking claim. It's pathetic, really. You agree kicking a dog for entertainment, even if I get immense benefit from it, does not outweigh the dog suffering. It is immoral that I'm causing this dog suffering. Despite my benefits, I can go kick something else, right? And get the same benefits.
Just kick a wall, kick a rock.
Exactly. The point
All
is
that.
you can eat something else. You're escalating the violence. You're removing someone's life without their consent. Just for your tongue entertainment. You can go to the store and get plant foods that do the same thing.
Right.
That's why you're kicking dogs. Go
I
ahead,
wonder
Laura,
what
sorry.
he'd think. I was just wondering what he would think if he saw somebody kicking a pig, just out kicking a pig, walking a pig, kicking a pig. I wonder what he'd think about that. Since it's not considered a companion animal, I wonder what he'd say.
Yo-Yo, do you have an opinion about someone kicking a pig? It's right there. I'll give you another couple seconds to figure it out. I sent you an invite to unmute.
Dude, no one in the chat cares about animals' well-being. It's so sad.
Yeah. Okay, Yo-Yo, I can tell I offended you too much. The point is, animals suffer. If you can avoid demanding their suffering, their oppression, their use, you should do so. Just like as if you were the one that was oppressed. How quickly would you want your oppressor to stop and find some other way to fulfill their need, right? I just don't, it's crazy to me that people demean animals' experiences so much, even though we know that they smell farther distances more intensely, when we know that they can see a wider range of things, they can hear further, and yet we demean their sensory experiences. It's insane, really, guys. It's insane. Animals, if anything, probably experience the world more deeply than we do because of their extreme senses, right? They go into that slaughterhouse. Cows, literally, this is something proven. Cows can smell the stress in other cows' urine.
And they freak out. Please watch
they can
Dominion.
smell it. They can smell blood. They can smell everything within miles. Like, it's insane that we sit there and go, they don't know what's going on. They
can hear
clearly
each other too.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I have a list. Let me go grab my list, actually. I have a list of all their abilities. Hold on. Need my little list.
Guys,
okay.
It's not okay to use animals without their consent if it's for food. That's not a justifiable reason.
Yeah. It's not. So pigs can smell 20 to 30 feet below the ground, something underground 20 or 30 feet. And they can smell above ground 20,000 feet away. Pigs. Sheep can see, and sheep and cows can see in a 320. They can see almost all the way around. They have like wide, and it's all clear. They can see everything. Whereas our pathetic, puny little human eyes only see, I think it's like 100 and something. We only see 190 degrees, humans. And we only see the center. Only the center is clear. Cows and sheep, they can see everything clearly. Like I said, they can hear really far. Just as a broader sense of hearing. So they can hear a lot. I actually don't know if it's miles. They can smell 8 kilometers away, though. Cows can't. That stress from the urine, they can smell that far away. They also are terrified of like high-pitched noises. So, I mean, it's insane to be like, it doesn't matter to them when really it matters everything to them. And it's like probably compounded. People just drive me nuts, demeaning their experiences. It's so disgusting.
Oh, insane. It makes me mad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
they don't think about it.
They don't.
Mm-mm.
I mean, if they were the victim, that's what they would hope people would do, is think about their feelings. Hey, West, are you over 18? Weston? Oh, okay. Must have been an accident.
There's someone else I know who's been in the list for a while. It's Dominic Sacco 8. He's been there for a while. Yeah.
Okay, I'll bring him up.
Don't know if he's over 18.
Are you over 18, Dominic? We can't hear you if you leave the app.
Oh, yeah, I'm 20.
Okay. So how do you morally justify still using animals?
How do I morally justify it?
Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to explain it exactly because I've been on the fence about trying a vegan diet.
Why have you been
I would.
considering it?
Why am I considering it?
Yeah.
It's more of due to the fact that it's because of the I don't know the exact word for it, but I've seen it more where it'd be more sustainable for humans as an entirety to switch over to veganism.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe I was actually talking to you, Kelly, in the.
Oh, sorry, you left the app.
Yeah, mutes you if you leave the app.
Come back to us.
Sorry.
There we go.
Sorry. About the study for the farms dropping by 75%.
Yes, you're the one that asked for that study. Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading it a little bit. I'm at work right now, but I have a little bit of time where I can talk. So I thought I'd join for a little bit and talk a little bit about it.
Sure.
I haven't read too much of it, sadly, due to being at work, of course. But I had a question about it. So we do end up doing that, like it says in the study. We drop it by 75%, and we use however much we need in order to sustain the farm animals that are no longer in use for what they were originally being used for. What would happen to the animals entirely as themselves? Would we keep them on the farms, or would we eventually release them slowly into their original habitats before they were bred to be what they are right now?
So
I was going to say, those farms can be turned into sanctuaries, and there are so many sanctuaries out there that are willing to take them.
And it like I said before, like it literally cannot happen overnight. I think that would like totally, although it would be great if it could, but I think
if it did,
yeah,
if it did, it would just mean that everybody now has the mindset that we don't want to use animals against their will, right? And we would, in that sense, find a solution that had their best interests in mind, right? Trying to care for it like they were a child. How do we best take care of all these children that we have now forced into existence?
Yeah.
We would have to like spread them out to different sanctuaries, or like they said before, turn where they're staying right now into a sanctuary.
Yeah, we could take the subsidies that are used to fatten them up and use that to incentivize people to be sanctuaries.
Oh, yeah.
And if they don't reproduce 20 years, there won't be any more domesticated animals.
Oh yeah, that's very true. Another question I had going off of that is the jobs that the meat industry produce.
Yeah, they just find other jobs. They would
The
just find other jobs.
Those people are like ex cons. They're people with mental issues, and people
they're vulnerable populations.
Right, and they're
Yeah.
like one of the highest that commit unaliving to themselves.
Well, so I
It's
do
kind of
have.
sad if you think about it.
I was going to say, I do want to press. I have empathy for people that are being forced to work in slaughterhouses because, as Lori just pointed out, they often don't have any other choice. So they're kind of like that's their last resort. As far as the jobs that are provided, almost nobody, I'm sure, is what Lori's point is that nobody wants to be there. Nobody actually wants to. No one aspires to work at a slaughterhouse. So I don't think the job loss would be an issue. If anything, we would need people to work in plant agriculture, right?
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. So we just transfer them to that, or we could provide. I mean, there's a lot of when it comes to the people, there's a lot of things that could be solved if we just came together as a community that cares about each other. And honestly, if we were able to look at animals and respect them, we're going to absolutely be more respectful to fellow humans because we see more of ourselves in each other.
Yeah, very true. So what about and I'm going based off of the total
Well, and I
amount of
want to be
revenue that it
clear, are
was.
these reasons that you're not vegan, or are these just reasons that you found online for the world to not be vegan?
No. These are just questions I've had that I through it's not a lot of research, but the research that I have done, it's just questions that have popped into my brain due to the research.
I don't have an issue answering them, but my point is that regardless of these reasons, like I could say, let's say that eating animals was better for the planet and it added like 10 years to our life, right, to eat them. I would still advocate for veganism because those animals are sentient. And if I was in their position, I don't care the benefits you get from nomming on my body. I want to live. I don't want to be your snack. The animals are exactly the same. They just can't vocalize it in your language. That's the point.
Yeah, that is understandable. I mean, because I remember I forget what analogy you were using, but it was with the dogs and cats. How certain animals people don't want to eat because of just due to the fact of how they were domesticized, I believe is the correct
Yeah.
wording for it.
It's also just culture. Culture's telling you this animal's okay to eat, this animal is not okay to eat. It's wrong to kill this animal, to unalive this animal, but it's right to unalive this animal. It's just arbitrary.
Oh yeah, I just had questions about like the more economic aspect of it because if I remember correctly, the meat industry produces, I believe it's what.
I don't care. I don't
Like
care.
1.1.
So you're telling me that if a system is heavily supporting the nation, but it's based off of oppressing someone, it's okay to continue supporting that system?
No, not at all. Like,
okay,
just
so
like
it doesn't
how
matter.
the South was...
So it doesn't matter how much economical benefit is riding on animal agriculture. The issue is someone is being oppressed and having their life stolen, their family stolen, their body stolen. And you don't have to demand that. It's all for you. It's all because you ask for it. And if you stop asking for it, they'll reduce how many individuals they breed into existence. They won't do that to animals for you.
Which is highly understandable. The less a person consumes meat, the less animals they have to.
Well, I want to be clear.
The
less you specifically demand, because I'm talking to you. So
yeah, I know.
Whatever you demand, when you pick up that package, next time you're in the store, the restaurant, your friend's house, and you accept those animal products, you're saying, I like this. I like how it was made. Please make more. So you're literally sending the next individual into the system. You are, for your name, your dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
If you didn't eat if you ate didn't eat one animal, you would save 380 animals, and they would be behind you. a year.
If you went
380.
vegan, yeah. If
If
you
you
went
went
vegan,
vegan. Yeah, and you didn't unalive them. If you turned around and those 380 animals are standing behind you, I think that would be a pretty major epiphany, and it would
yeah,
be awesome.
yeah.
And
I
it
made the
feels
example.
and it feels really good. Honestly, like because I haven't been vegan long, and it feels good, really good.
Yeah, so why are you afraid of change, Dominic?
It's not that I'm
That's
afraid
really
of the change.
boiled. I'm just saying
It,
that's what it really boils down to with meat eaters. They are afraid of change. Like
That
Yeah,
everything.
was I'll admit that was me. I didn't want to
yeah.
change.
Same.
I love the way meat tastes. I didn't
Yeah,
want to change that,
yeah,
but it's the drive to just care about their lives as sentient beings more.
yeah.
so
Go ahead.
sorry, I'm just trying. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make myself not sound like asinine. So I'm trying to think of what I'm saying before I actually say it.
It's
I
okay.
do.
But
Say
yeah,
I do appreciate that. You're putting an effort into having a conversation. That means a lot.
yeah. I just it's counterintuitive to have an argument over something when all you're trying to do is just have a conversation and just determine like the different
I mean,
standpoints of different things. Yeah.
I'll yell at people because I take these videos and I put them online, and I want to make an
Yeah.
example of somebody if they're being a troll. So I will yell at those people. But
Yeah.
yes, if I have honest people, I would rather talk to people than yell. Yelling doesn't do anything.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
counterintuitive. So with the 75%, I'm sorry if I'm going back if I'm going to a earlier topic. The 75% of the fields that end up getting not used anymore for the feed that is being produced for the animals that are in slaughterhouses and slaughter farms, however, all those different types of infrastructure. The So what happens to the family farms? Like the family farmers that are using that they've had for generations derived their money from being able to
I mean,
produce
Dominic, we already
cows to
covered
slaughter and
this.
so on and so
We
forth.
already covered
Uh,
this.
and while you were talking with me or no? Or earlier?
Yeah, while we were talking. I said that they can find other jobs, they can do other things. There are currently actually programs to help farmers transition away from using animals. There's Viva, there's Transfarmation, and my favorite, which is the Ranchers Advocacy Program. They all help farmers that raise animals and profit off of animals to transition their land use to whatever they want.
Really, I actually didn't even know about those ones.
Yeah, but the point is that I personally, when I'm choosing to live vegan, even if those programs didn't exist, I'm still going to support the farmer that isn't enslaving someone, right? The farmers
Yeah.
that are enslaving someone, they can change how they farm. That they're farmers, right? If suddenly
Yeah.
there was this huge drop in some animal that they produce, they're going to change what they do. That's just the way it works. So if everyone starts supporting plant-based nutrition and plant-based products like their clothing and not using animals for entertainment and whatnot, farmers will stop growing animals. They'll grow something else.
Oh, so like what's I forget what farm it is over near where I
I
live.
just want to
And
know, Dominic, why aren't
yep,
you vegan?
why aren't I vegan? I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm in a very tight-ish spot on money right now. I'm only 20 and I have
Well, you'll be
a high
happy to
amount of
know.
payments that yeah.
You'll be really happy to know that a vegan diet is actually 30% cheaper. And I have a vegan daily dozen right here. If you just Google vegan daily dozen, you'll see a checklist that pops up. And it's by nutritionfacts.org. This is based off of science. They're not vegan, they're plant-based. They literally show you all the studies and they give all the references. You can go read any of the studies that they share. Nutrition Facts is a great website. And based off of science, they found how you can get everything you need on a plant-based diet.
Oh, that sounds actually interesting because I know I've been looking into it as well, just trying out like a plant-based diet myself, just to I know I'm reiterating what I said earlier, but I wanted to try it out just to see if it might help me, like just with health-wise, because my family is a. So if I'm going into personal thing for my family is known for diabetes.
Yeah, a whole food plant-based diet has actually been shown to reverse diabetes and cardiovascular disease.
Yeah, that's one thing.
And help you
Meat,
lose weight, like for real.
But
if you want.
meat causes diabetes too. That's one of the
Yeah,
things.
red meat, it causes what is it, fatty liver disease
And high
So red
cholesterol.
meat and high cholesterol, yeah, that too.
Heart
Hypertension,
disease.
And it can
Alzheimer's, dementia. It causes everything: testicular cancer, rectal cancer, stomach cancer, esophageal cancer.
And I wanted to jump in here to let him know that I'm in my 70s and I've never had meat, and I don't have any of that y'all have listed.
You've never had meat,
Welcome
even
up,
though you're
Fifi.
70?
No. So not only can you survive, you can thrive. And that's exactly what I do. I still work and I'm very active, a couple of jobs. I'm all over the place.
That's actually very interesting. I don't think I've ever heard of somebody who's never had a single piece of meat in their whole entire life.
Well,
I don't think I have either. That's crazy. Good for you.
So
There's a. Oh, sorry.
Thank you for just being curious, and a lot of people have a lot of hate in the threads and things like that. All we really ask and want is for people to be open and just listen, and just be open. That's all.
The way I see it is that people who hate and they try and they just do that, they have nothing to actually really say, and they just end up repeating themselves, and they just end up making an ass of themselves.
Right.
I have no reason to hate any of you. You guys haven't done anything wrong to me. We're just having a friendly chat.
Yeah.
There's nothing to
Exactly.
hate you over.
Yeah.
Everyone has the freedom to express their own beliefs.
I wanted to give you another person to look up that has never consumed animal flesh, and he's a bodybuilder, and his name is Nimai Delgado, and he's actually a weightlifting coach too. So you could even reach out to him and ask him what he eats. There's also Brian Turner and the Hinch Herbivore. They're all coaches, bodybuilders that are ripped that eat just a plant-based diet. The Hinch Herbivore specifically eats a whole food plant-based diet. Oh, and Tori Washington. I always leave him last, but Tori Washington's like in his 50s, and he's plant-based and ripped. So, yeah. Just look up vegan bodybuilders. I almost guarantee all of those guys will pop up.
Oh, yeah, that sounds interesting. If you don't mind me asking, how long has it been since the last time you consumed any animal-based product?
Me?
Yeah. Well, any of you, really. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, for me, it's been 9 years.
9 years? Okay.
July 2nd.
And look
I'm
at
brand
that.
new.
Look how beautiful her skin is.
Yes. And then Lori has been vegan, I think, Lori, you said 25 years, right?
Yeah, I'm going to 26.
Another beauty.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I'd like to thank you all for the information. I have to get back to work. My break's over.
Okay.
So
Did you take a screenshot at least?
Yeah, take a screenshot.
I'm still going to be listening in for a while.
Okay.
I just can't be
make sure
talking back and forth anymore.
That's fine. I was just more suggesting take these resources with you so that afterwards you can check them out.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Yes, please watch Dominion.
Dominion, you said?
Yes, please watch that. I know it's 2 hours, but it fully goes over the process of where your food comes from, and it's really important to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yeah. If you do, please come talk to us. I'd love to hear how you felt, even in a private message or when I'm live, whatever is easiest for you. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool. Well, thank you, Dominic. I appreciate you coming up. Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Yep.
Hi, thank you so much.
No problem.
That was nice. I appreciate honest actors. I get a little concerned when they ask so many questions. I'm like, are we going somewhere? Or are you just moving along here? But it's still good questions. I know a lot of people have those questions, so it's still good. How are you, Fifi? I didn't even say hello.
Oh,
I'm glad you know, Fifi.
Great. I just always love seeing you guys, and I mean, it's just such a
Great.
wonderful, wonderful blessing to have got to live this long and see all these young people just growing in numbers. It's
Aw.
amazing to me, and I just
Yeah, it
feel
is.
it is.
Exactly.
I love it. I was just thinking of it this morning that
I'm
when I
kind
woke
of
up.
bummed I won't be here by 2050, so you guys are
Ugh.
going to have to take the charge.
Nah, you'll
Oh,
be here. You'll be here. Got that vegan in you.
61? I don't know. It's 61.
You
We'll see,
might.
hopefully.
We'll
Hopefully.
see.
Yeah,
But I
hopefully.
still
Yeah.
want us all plan some sort of vegan conference. I'd love just like a once a year thing where everyone can get together and meet each other.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
There's like vegan campouts that happen
Yeah,
during the summer.
they only have them back east.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of them. They said they're going to move. They're going to start having them out here, but I don't know when. Because I know
Okay.
Earthkind is going, and he's got a few people that he knows are
Oh,
going.
Earthling Ed?
No.
Or is someone else? Oh, okay.
Earthkind. I think his name is Earthkind.
Earthkind. I'll have to look him up. I might have missed something.
He goes by Earth, but he's up there.
Okay.
He's
I'll check him out.
Yeah.
I agree, though. We do need more community for sure.
Right.
I think that's another big issue actually with people staying committed to staying vegan, because it's not that staying healthy is the issue, and it's not convenience. It's about their social networks, and if they have people that are bullies, they're gonna be bullied out of their principles. And that's if we have community as vegans, we at least have backup to be like, no, you're right. They're just frustrated. You need that backup to like reaffirm that you're not crazy sometimes, because standing up for someone's rights and being gaslit all the time that you're wrong can affect you to start second guessing yourself. And it's like, wait. To cut through it, just ask yourself, what would I tolerate if I were the victim, right? And that cuts through all of the sounds of people trying to pull you back to supporting oppression. But
whatever
it's easier
crap
if you have it.
come up with.
Exactly. But it is definitely stronger if you have a community, somebody, even just one person, just to bounce your thoughts off of, because this is a non-vegan world and people are suffering from cognitive dissonance right now.
Yeah. It's cool too when they come to this area sometimes, and they have like all for a weekend, they'll do just nothing but food trucks that are vegan. And I wish they had more of those going into every state so people can taste it and not be afraid of it. You know what I mean? And see what they can make.
Over where I live in Portland, we have the most all vegan restaurants per capita than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah, I've heard
and non-vegans eat there. Non-vegans eat those foods all the time. That means that they've shifted their demand at least a little bit. Maybe they don't understand veganism, but the fact that vegan food is readily available and right there and delicious, cuts that excuse right out, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And they also get that chance to try different things without, anyway. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Lori. There needs to be more. We need more foods. What's up?
I know. That's what makes it really hard. It's just like, I wish more restaurants had more just vegan options. It's like, I'm tired of eating just a vegan burger everywhere I go or having a salad. Like, I don't always want a freaking salad. I love salad, but I don't always
You can ask stuff too. Like, that's what I do when I go to a restaurant. If I notice that the things that they have are not worth it, I'll be like, can you guys maybe look in the future to adding vegan options? Because I would love to come back here, but I'm just not seeing anything that I am okay with eating. And although that may challenge the waiter, maybe that'll make it uncomfortable in that position, that company cares. They want you to come back. So speaking up is something else you can do too in the restaurants.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have anyone else waiting? Okay, let's bring up Princess. Oh, I think you've been waiting a minute too, Princess. I'm sorry.
Hi.
Hey, are you over 18?
Yes. Poppy. I'm sorry. My dog is all up in my face because I sneezed. He checks on us whenever we cough or sneeze. I'm sorry. I'm 19.
The compassion.
I put it in the comments what you were talking about. I had type 2 diabetes and I went on a vegetarian diet and it completely reversed it. And I felt so amazing on that diet. But the problem is it wasn't accessible. So I had to revert back. and I get sick off of meat all the time. So I'm still trying to get back into the community again because I'm just sick from meat. I get sick all the time. My blood pressure actually goes up to 204 at times since I've been back on it. So I'm definitely trying to go back. But Poppy, I have to talk. Thank you. But my problem is too, this little booger that's attacking me right now, I know you can't see me. He's a dog. He's an omnivore. He has to eat meat. And I'm kind of in a crossroads because I'm on a plant-based diet, but I'm also in the veganism mentality territory as well. He has to eat a balanced diet of meat and vegetables, and a lot of vegans still condone cruelty-free farms that honor the life and body of other animals. So I'm just wondering what options are out there and how accepting the community is of that. For me, I know that there's some people that can't just eat plant-based because of the allergies that they have, and things like our animals that have to eat meat. So I'm just wondering your thoughts.
Sure. Okay, so we'll start with companion animals, and then we'll move on to people with like allergies or lack of access.
Can I say?
Oh, go ahead, Lori. Please.
Princess?
Yeah, I didn't see you there.
That's okay. Princess, they do have vegan options now for cats and dogs. Dog food. You might want to check it out. But dogs are doing great. And the cats has just come out. And the only thing really that cats need is the creatine. So they get it in that. And I've heard
the taurine. They need the taurine.
Taurine, yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of the foods have a hydrolyzed protein, so they still are getting the protein they need. And I actually had a previous dog that had to be on a vegan diet because of like her GI system. So she was on a hydrolyzed protein diet, and she thrived on that. So vegan stoner ladies holding up.
Yeah, those are vegan dog foods, right?
Yep, cat and dog food.
Oh, you have cat.
I guess. And they have the AAFCO, AAFCO label that says that it meets all of their nutritional needs. The profiles for all life stages.
Yeah. Did you get that?
And there's not just
a store? Did you get that?
Sadly, no. They don't sell these in pet stores. So I have two parts to answer to your question, but I just wanted you to see that there are actually multiple vegan options, especially for canines, because like you said, they're omnivorous. So that means this is actually the vegan cat food.
I guess my worry just comes from like dog nutrition, as they always tell you how important and essential organ meats are for. So I guess my fear more or less isn't just the protein, it's the organ meats he's missing. And I love this dog. He is not allowed to leave me, so I'm just like so worried about all of it.
So what I would do is first focus on yourself. And it sounds like you're already in that, you're eating plant-based yourself. When it comes to your companion, so I'll admit something on here is that I have a cat. And even though I have all of these vegan alternatives, she refuses to eat them. But I still try. Anytime there's a new product, I buy it if I can, and then I'll try to mix it in her food. And I try to, slowly transition her. But she herself, because every animal is a unique personality, she won't do it. She'll just live in my basement. She'll never come up until I give her actual food. And it concerns me because she loses weight really fast. So I understand that companions can be a little tricky right now because we're not supported as a people to even have our companions, right? Most people can barely even afford the medical that they need to do, the regular checkups for these companions, right? So what I would say is I would focus on you first, and then when you can, try to find the alternatives for your companion and talk to your vet. Buy a can, and before you feed it to your companion, talk to your vet about it. Like, hey, I would prefer that my companion eat something like this. Is there a way to make that work? Right? And that's what it is. It's just you asking questions and finding a way. Do you want to support animal oppression or don't you? If you don't want to support it, you'll find a way around it. And if you have to cross your principles to care for someone, it's understandable. But because it's a principle, it's uncomfortable. And you'll want to change it as soon as you can.
I started like supporting only like cage-free, cruelty-free kind of farms that like honor the body of those animals before they're like slaughtered. But like you were saying, that animal still is a sentient being that experiences pain. And my thing is, yes, they may be cage free, but where are they living? Are they cramped in small spaces?
Still bad.
Yeah. It's still
Yeah.
horrible. I feel like in an ideal world for my dog, he would be able to eat his protein, but it wouldn't come at the cost of the quality of that animal's life. I feel like cruelty-free farms, cage-free farms are very important, but how they're going about it is more important, and I just don't feel comfortable with him eating that when I really don't know, are they actually cruelty-free or are they just saying that?
And it's so important to question that
And
too.
I am so bulldozed by so many people in the community that are like, oh, well, you're not a true vegan if your dog's still eating meat. I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do.
True.
I
Stop
support
listening to
only
people like
places that are
that.
cage-free and cruelty-free, but like, that's my worry. How cruelty-free are you? You're still mass-producing these animals.
Right. Princess, there's no such thing. Everything you see grass-fed, cage-free, all that is a lie. It's
all
just
cruel.
propaganda to get people to buy it.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I buy fish for my cat. I feel disgusting about it though. Every time I have to feed her, it makes me sick. Like, not like I'm going to go vomit, but I feel my principles, you know? I feel that I have crossed my principles. I've done something immoral to keep my companion alive. I am absolutely recognizing that. And I'm begging for alternatives. I'm buying all the alternatives I can, right? I'm sending a message out to that capitalist system, the only thing that we have that provides us what we need right now. And I'm saying, give this to me. It's the only thing I can do right now. There's legislation that has pushed for lab-grown meat to be sold in America, like it's been allowed, but no company has met the standards, I guess. I'm hoping that comes in and saves all of our carnivorous companions, you know, because they themselves can't help how they were born. I don't want to cull carnivores. I know that's another theory being passed around, but they can't help how they were born. They just need nutrition. They don't need flesh. And if we could provide them their nutrition in some other form, then we should.
And it's not even.
I wouldn't.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry. No, please go ahead. Go ahead. I was yapping for a minute. Go ahead.
No, you're good. I was going to say the problem isn't even him eating meat. It's the fact of the people that are producing it. They're just producing it in such a horrible way. Like, I've seen so many videos of corporate-owned farms, and I'm just like, you do understand that these are sentient beings. Like, they still feel pain. They're not at the developmental and psychological level of human beings, but like, pigs are literally like dogs. You know, they're just you know, I just don't get it. I think
you're totally right.
The biggest problem is these corporations and holding them accountable, but I'm still just trying to find options for him on a moral level for myself too, because like I said, I've been bashed so many times for him eating meat. I even I'm trying to cut down myself. I'm on the Honest Kitchen that's supposed to be cage free, quote unquote, and they make their stuff in the kitchen rather than factory mass producing. So we're starting there.
So are you still consuming animals?
I'm trying to get off of it. I had to go and relapse back into an omnivore diet because it just wasn't accessible. But I went on other debates and got some resources. Because like I said, I genuinely get sick from eating meat. It's not even just the moral code of it. I ate a pot pie today that had meat in it, and I have been feeling just sick and nauseated. And I cannot even drink water right now. Like, I need to go back. It's just horrible. I can't eat it.
I would, like I said, check out the Dailey Dozen because it's a really easy checklist to make sure you get everything you need in a day. But also, like, when you're shopping for yourself and you're considering these animal products, just think about if you were the victim, right? What justification would you accept for someone to violate you? And you sound like you understand right there. You were like, all these animals are sentient. How are these cruelty-free places actually cruelty-free? Which is, to your point, they are not. And you are supporting their system when you feed your companions. But the point is for veganism is to, as far as you practically can, practically, I can't say that word right now, as far as possible in your life. And if right now your companion's the only way they can survive, you need to take care of that companion, but look for other alternatives at the same time. But it's about a principle thing. It's not about me telling you to look for alternatives. It's like what you're already doing. You're looking for them.
Yeah, because like I said, I cannot stay in an omnivore diet. I genuinely can't do it. I can't.
I would watch Dominion because it's more than just your stomach, right? It's about someone else being tortured and abused for you and your companions, you know. It's important that we know, even when we're supporting our companions, it's important to know what we're demanding. For my companion, I demand that fish are ripped out of their homes, suffocated, have a hook shoved in their sensitive mouth, or they're stuck in a net somewhere, you know? I'm demanding that because I have my companion. But to alleviate that, I'm trying to find the alternatives so that she doesn't need to rip fish from the ocean. And I don't blame her. I blame the system because we've made all these companion animals for everyone to take care of, and yet they've made everything to do so insanely expensive and inconvenient, right? So it's like, if you have a companion, you're going to possibly have to cross some principles to care for them, which is unfortunate. We shouldn't even have pets, really.
I really feel that there is a way for a farm to be cruelty free, but they still will not do it. They earn more money putting them in these tight cages, putting them in these tight situations than actually honoring the body of that animal. I mean, I still think it's horrendous that I do have to kill other animals to feed my pet. But he is a part of the food chain, if that makes sense, that has to eat meat. But I feel like the way that these corporations and big businesses are going about it is just horrendous. Like, it's just
I'll put it this way. Like, imagine their mindset, right? Any farmer that exists right now to support you is doing it purely for money, right? Purely. Even the nicest farms that have inherited the most humane tactics, they're still seeing these animals as a product. And that product is only as valuable as like a laptop, you know, to them. It's whatever gets them profit. And if that animal isn't the right size, doesn't meet the standard, right? They're an object. Their welfare is not the concern. It's about the money. So
Yes,
if someone is taking up if someone's taking up resources and space and time, they're going to off them to make more resources available to the ones that will make them money. So you're right. There is no right way to do it. There is no moral way to enslave someone without their consent. There's just no way.
Yeah.
To morally enslave someone. That's what I meant.
I guess the thing that I'm saying is that there is, we are going to have to kill animals for our pets or for people that need to eat meat, there is such a better way than doing it than slapping on a cruelty-free sign and then being cruel. There's just so many better ways. It's just infuriating.
Honestly, if we just eliminate animal agriculture, we could feed everybody everything they need, because we would have enough land to grow all the variety of crops that we need for 10 billion people even. The people that have to eat meat, we would find a solution for them. You know, they don't have to eat animals. It's that they have a nutrition need, and we just need to fill that nutritional need. They don't need to actually take someone's life. That's not what's crucial. So we can figure that stuff out, but the only thing that I'm asking right now is people on an individual basis abstain from using animals as far as they possibly can, and just going without in other cases, you know, where there's not an alternative. Just, you know, recognize that if you were the victim, what would you want? How hard would you want your oppressor to try to stop using you, right?
Yeah, and if you could drop the vegan dog food that you had in the comments, I will take a research of that. I mean, my dog eats freaking plastic, so I'm sure he might actually eat this.
Might like
of
them.
All the gross things he's ate, I think they'll still be fine.
Evolution has different flavors too, which is really nice. Pet food. And then Benevo is the other one. Oh, sorry, I'm doing it on my phone. I'm not as familiar with, I forgot how to do things on my phone.
It's okay.
Benevo, pet food. Oops. And I got this on a website called Vicado, like avocado, but V-E-Cado. And they sell all of these. They also have kibble. They don't just have wet food. They also have dry food. Oops, not pet food. Sorry. Benevo and Evolution are the two of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and then, well, this is cat food, though. The unicorn is just cat food. Pate, unicorn pate. Well, cats can be really picky, but it's still worth it to try. So
Technically, I have a cat and a dog because my dog decides to walk along the top of the couch like cats do for some odd reason, and we'll just find him hanging out on the counters and all over the place. So technically, I have a cat, so that should be good.
I love it. I love it. Cat dog. That's
In all honesty,
probably the
you
best.
did already answer a lot for people that have allergies too. I mean, no matter what, it is cruel, but there is a way to lessen the cruelty, I guess, that I'm getting. But
Of course, you can always treat someone better, but if you can totally avoid demanding someone be born into existence, you should. But clearly, there are people that are living in cases where they'll have to cross their principles to survive, but it's about wanting to not do that. And if you genuinely don't want to cause animals unnecessary harm, and you know that your actions are doing that, it's going to be uncomfortable. And if it's uncomfortable, you're going to be motivated to change. You're going to be always looking to alleviate that discomfort.
I do have one more question. I already got some resources. Oh wait, you already put them on the screen, but I'll still ask. I already have some resources from this other vegan debate I was in, trying to find some resources because I guess my main problem on staying plant-based is it was just so expensive. Like you go into the supermarket and it's like you get 4 little sausages and they're like $20. So it was just like inaccessible for me. So just wondering.
Yeah. So I would check out the Vegan Daily Dozen. You can even just Google this if you want. It's at nutritionfacts.org. And
Dozen. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh no, you're totally good. It's all good. I do the same thing. I'll say it out loud as I'm writing it. So what's great about the Vegan Daily Dozen, it's just an easy checklist to make sure you get everything you need. And it's actually cheaper than the most common diet that's around you, usually that omnivorous diet. It's going to be 30% cheaper. They're going to show you to eat whole foods like beans, rice, fruits, vegetables, those sorts of things.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because like when I was first on my vegan diet, I was literally suffering because it was so expensive, and I had to eat small portions to be able to afford through the week. And then I was forced to go back to a meat diet, and I'm telling you, I get physically ill. I didn't understand it with my plant-based friends, but once you go from plant-based into meat, you just get ill, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you've been plant-based for a long time, you stop developing those enzymes that break down the animal stuff. Did you have something to say? Sorry, Fifi. Sorry, you just pop in.
Oh no, I just I'm actually going to get off here so in case someone else wants a chance to get in. But I wanted to tell Princess, thank you so much, and just keep it up. We need you. We need people. We just I like your insight. I like everything you had to say. Just keep it up, girl.
I'm going to. I felt happier, healthier on my plant-based diet. So thank you guys for being very accepting. I do have times when vegans start screaming at me about the dog stuff. So it was great to have a positive experience brought back again.
Yeah, you can listen to those
I understand
people.
how passionate it gets. I mean, these are sentient beings, so I bear no harm to anyone that has screamed at me in here because. I mean, these are sentient beings, so I bear no harm to anyone that has screamed at me in here because.
Yeah, I won't try not to scream at honest people. So you've been honest this whole time. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you. And I will say it again. My type 2 diabetes was reversed by plant-based diet. So if there's anybody that wants to go and say, oh, you get sicker when you're in plant-based, dude, I was literally cured of my stuff. Like I had, it was almost type 2, but pre-diabetes, and I reversed it. I didn't have any blood pressure spikes or issues. And being on an omnivore diet, I have had blood pressure issues. My seizure disorder has been negatively affected because of what I've been eating. So, suck it.
I want to say that I'm the exact same way. Like my blood sugars have been more stable. My blood pressure has dropped. My resting heart rate has dropped. So.
And my disorder is caused by how my nervous system reacts to things, so things like anxiety. And I just feel like eating meat, it's just caused my blood pressure to spike, and that's a part of your nervous system. So I get super shaky and just ugh. But I do want to say this before I leave. I can't remember who said this, but the thing about burgers and salads, if I see one more burger or salad on a menu for a vegan option, I will scream. I want to eat
That
something
was me.
other than a burger. I've come to the point where I'll chop up a burger and get a salad and make it a taco salad for
Nice.
myself.
Yes.
But like, please, we don't want any more burgers.
Yeah, no more. We're good. We've got so many. No, I
Have
totally
a nice
agree.
one.
You too. Thanks for coming up, Princess. Really appreciate you.
I don't know how to get down. You can kick
I'll drop.
me.
I'll drop. I'll drop you. Oh, let me add you too. There we go. Okay. See you later.
And I'll
That was
drop
sweet.
off too, so that in case somebody else wants to jump in and be on the panel.
I mean, you're welcome to drop down. I'm going to end anyway. I really want to say thank you though for coming up, Fifi. I really appreciate you. We don't really talk that much. I've seen you before, so I really appreciate you coming up here.
I love listening to your lives. Your lives are, I mean, I listen to a lot of them, but they always seem to just be a little different. They're a little bit more positive or
I try. Sometimes I am gonna yell at some people, so I'm just human. I'm gonna lose my shit a little bit when people are defending animal abuse, but I do try to talk to the honest people like a person because I just want us to have mutual respect for each other, and once I get someone like that, I try to actually just be a normal person.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you're doing great. I love it. I love to listen to your lives, but I'm going to hang on then until the end then.
Okay. I appreciate you, Fifi. Anybody not following Fifi, go follow Fifi, go follow Kelly, and go follow Lori, please. Fantastic.
Love you, Kelly, too.
Yeah,
Thank
fantastic animal rights. And I gotta say, I love our panel. I love that we're all a bunch of ladies standing up for rights. I gotta say, that's hella impressive, Anyway, yeah. And it's been that way like multiple days. I'm like, yeah. Anyway, okay.
Will you be Wednesday then? Wednesday
Yes.
again?
Yeah,
At
Wednesday,
9 or
3 p.m. PDT, Wednesday,
Okay.
I'll be live again. And then I post these to YouTube the following day, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. You're in. Well, you
All
did
right,
pretty
guys.
good.
Thank
All
you.
right,
I
see
think
you
we all
later.
did, actually. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. You have a great vegan day, and yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday. I don't know, she was having music, so I was going with it. All right, I'll see you later. Bye, Kelly.
Bye.